bum, 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 bum. Happy Friday the 5th. Okay. Selena Gomez, you're not. What is up, San Antonio Spurs fans, Miami Heat fans? Welcome to TSR Sports. We'll be doing a live play-by-play reaction scoreboard. We'll have the players on the court over here and hopefully have some fun on this Friday 13th as our San Antonio Spurs host the Miami Heat, who are resting pretty much everybody. If you look at the Heat's roster, just about everybody's out tonight. So the struggle is going to be real for us doing this game because I don't know who anybody is. That being said, appreciate y'all stopping in on a Friday night. The Spurs preseason so far has been exciting, if you will, because, well, Wemby looks good. Wemby looks legit. I liked what I saw the few nights ago, and I expect more tonight. Good evening, Cowboy X Factor. Spur, the moment, Glaze and Bacon. I got to go somewhere. I'll be back. Go Spurs, go. That is Jason. You don't recognize him? Not a Friday the 13th horror movie fan, are you? It is Friday the 13th today, and I thought, who better to sit next to me than him? I'm not going to say much. Then again, Selena doesn't say much either. Anyway, Alex, good evening to you. John, good evening. Wemby size 20 and a half shoes. Good evening to you. Did Selena Gomez get dumped, or maybe she's spending... if only. I'm hoping for... I don't know what I'm hoping for tonight. With the Heat resting so many players... yeah. All right, that Gamecast thing seems a little off, so let me do this. I think that's supposed to be right about there. Right there. For the gray area, we want just the tip. Just the tip on screen. I think, well, it doesn't look right there, but I think when the actual game starts, we'll be okay. But we want just the tip. That should be enough. I'm going to stop talking before I get myself in trouble with the YouTube police. Hanover Fitz, good evening. Old mate, cheers. And I'm excited for this first season. I think a lot of you are. I don't know how you can't be if you're a Spurs fan with Wemby on the team. And I think they're going to surprise some people. I think the Spurs are going to do what they do every year. They're going to lose some games that they probably shouldn't. But I think they're going to win a lot of games people are expecting to lose. And they're going to beat some playoff teams. For sure. It's going to be a fun season, and watching our guys develop over the season is going to be a lot of fun, too. As far as who's out tonight for the Spurs, Doug McDermott, I believe, is out. I think Zach Collins is out. I did see Jeremy Sohan is probably playing. Keldon Johnson is still out, and that's it for us for the Miami Heat. It's just a list of players not playing. Jimmy Buckets is not playing. I don't think any of their normal stars are playing. Any chance Manu Ginobili can sit on the couch? Maybe in the winter, if I can find a good picture of Manu, that's not a bad idea. I hope I remember that when the winter comes around. Transformers is really setting the tone before this game. Yeah, I did see they're playing Transformers. I kind of thought, okay. I don't hate the Transformers movies, depending on which one we're talking about. I do like part 1 and 3. The rest of them, gotta do. Oh no, Bumblebee was good. Bumblebee was good. I did like Bumblebee. I just fell in love with the woman at Sonic. Did you ask her out? And if you did she say yes? Beat some teams we should lose to. Yes. Well, yeah. That's usually how it goes. Are some of those comic books from the 80s? Because I know Stuck in the 80s would enjoy reading. Are some of what comic books? Cowboy X Factor. Some of the comics I recently purchased I talked about, they were from the 60s, 70s, and 80s. I don't think anything was from the 90s. I think it's all 80s and below. Speaking of comic books, I will be going to the New York Comic Con one day this weekend. I'm very excited with one of my good friends. I haven't been to New York Comic Con in ages. Matter of fact, when we last went, it was extremely cheap to go. And I don't know if it was called the New York Comic Con back then, but you could get autographs and picture with the celebrities that were there then. And they were smaller celebrities, if you will. Mankind, or Mick Foley, Lou Ferrigno, Doug Bradley. But I remember getting pictures and autographs with all of them for $10. $10 picture and autograph. Chris Evans is going to be there this weekend, and a picture and autograph for like $260 each. That's expensive. By the way, I did get Sling today. I signed up for Sling with the Super Chats you guys were using. I'm like, wait a minute, I do put money to this channel. Super Chats, NBA Pass, etc. I was lost when you guys were generous the other night, or a few nights ago. I got Sling today. and I decided to go with Sling. I was between that and YouTube TV, but I've been reading online. YouTube TV's been having a lot of problems with a lot of latency. Sling has worked for me before. It has ESPN and TNT, which the Spurs are going to be on there a lot, sort of. Well, not a lot, but there's going to be plenty of games over the next few months. And then NBA TV, they're on there a ton. I have that with the League Pass. And I hope to cover 80 Spurs games this year. I did see there's one game that's going to be broadcast at 3:30 on like January 15th. I was like, well, I'll be just getting out of work, so that ain't going to happen. And then I think that's also on TNT or ESPN or one of those. And there might be the odd game or here or there might be able to do. But my goal is 80. Realistically, to probably more like 77-ish, which is still a lot. And then when you add the preseason in the summer league, I'll definitely have called over 80 games, maybe close to 90 for this particular roster. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Nope, I smiled and drove away. Okay. Do I even live in the Tone? No, T209. I live in Connecticut. I'm a Eastern San Antonio Spurs fan. San Antonio Spurs, New York Giants. Oh, boy. And the New York Yankees. I know it's early, but what's your opinion on Cooper Flag? No opinion yet? Maybe one of the good friends is OGR. I didn't miss. Yes, this is on TNT tonight. And for those of you I've been saying back in the last stream, I finally dropped the vocals yesterday on a new Spurs metal song. The song is done. I'll probably listen to it like 25 or 50 more times before I decide it's fully done. I might want to add a little thing here or there, but essentially it's done. I'll work on that maybe a little bit this weekend. Doing a music video is going to be the part now that's going to take me probably at least a week. I don't really know what I'm doing on a music video. Maybe just the Spurs highlights. I might do something like the Lucas Salmonich video where I might have a Spurs player singing the song and just the lips are moving. I don't know. We'll see. Yes, this is the preseason, Kerm. July 26th. I am ready for the game. Cowboy X Factor. We're in New York. It's 2 miles away from Grand Central, hand over fist. I got Sling because it's inexpensive. It was first month half off, so it was with tax. It was $21. YouTube TV's like $65. I don't watch much TV, so to get that many channels and just not use them, I was like, you know what? Sling's going to give me access to ESPN 1 and 2, TNT and TBS. I don't think there's any games on TBS, but just throwing that in there. And then also AMC if I decide to watch one of the million Walking Dead walk-offs. Spin-off. Wow. Oh my gosh. I do not live in the 210. Why are you so surprised, T209? Everybody knows that. Well, you didn't. Stohan is playing tonight from what I know. Calvin's going to be out. How do I watch? So multiple ways, Jay. I watch the games on the NBA League Pass, which is $100 for the year. It includes, everything for the NBA, which is pretty cool. It used to be like $250. Plus it includes NBA TV, which used to be a separate add-on. Some people hate the League Pass, say it's overpriced. To go from $250 with no NBA TV to $100 with NBA TV, I think is a step in the right direction. Then I have Sling, where I can watch what I've been talking about, ESPN and TNT for the games that are actually broadcast, like the Spurs games are broadcast on cable. If you're in San Antonio, though, yes, you're gonna have issues with blockage. That sounded wrong. I don't know the parameters of that, but if you live in Texas, if it's a locally televised game, I believe it's going to be blocked on the NBA Pass, which means a lot of games are probably going to get blocked this year. I finished that book, Wemby. No, that book has been done. That was a good book. Thank you. Hey, go Spurs. You know what? Go Spurs, go. I don't have any snacks. I just have water. And I need to make sure I drink this full cup of water before the stream is over. I had my physical today, and they said my blood work showing I'm a little bit dehydrated. And I have a history of being dehydrated, so the last thing old TSR needs to do is pass out while doing a live stream, although that could be interesting TV. I should bring some food in here, like an apple or something. You have to run home from work, TSR, and set up stream. Yeah, I work in my house, spur of the moment. I've been working from home since around the 3rd week of March in 2020. And our contract with the union has us working from home at least till 2027. So I could, in theory, do the game. But I might not, because that's going to be... So what I did is, for me purchasing Sling, I checked how many games were going to be on each month, and I ran it from today's date to the 13th of next month. There's 4 games in the first block, 3 games, then 1 game, that 3:30 game, and then there's no games after that. So the NBA may change the schedule. If the Spurs are playing well and Wemby's drawing interest, they may get more televised games, in which case I will keep Sling, and then I probably will do that game. Stephanie, go Spurs, go to you. I went to San Antonio this past weekend. I am wearing Wemby's t-shirt. Nice, nice, nice. Is Tyrod Taylor starting? Is Daniel Jones out? I haven't checked the injury report for the Giants. I'm not going to lie. I've sort of checked out on the season. The season's over for the team. I will casually watch games when I'm not available on Sundays. But if I have to choose between watching the Giants and, let's say, going hiking, I choose hiking because the Giants suck. And I will enjoy hiking and the scenery much more than watching my team get destroyed again. Good evening, Daniel Barry. Thank you for stopping in. Micah, you are in San Antonio? Well, that is awesome. I visited San Antonio last year, and it was great. And I hope to be out there again maybe at the end of this season, which will be April. We'll see. I need to book my plane ticket. I keep forgetting that. I hope I hope that Wemby is the GOAT one day. I might not be on for long because I probably... Hey, Kyle. All good, man. I just appreciate you stopping in. By the way, anybody that stopped in, I would appreciate if you could hit the thumbs up. It's the only thing I'll ever ask for on this channel. Well, subscribe if you're a Spurs fan. That would make sense. But as far as supporting the channel, if you could hit the thumbs up, would appreciate it. It's fast, free, fun, nutritious, and delicious. Really none of the above. But it does help the channel. That's the best way to support a channel that you enjoy or want to see grow or, I don't know, do well. We'll have a bigger season. Overall, oh, I just missed that. My chat's a little behind here. Switch that to live chat. Let's put that in order. Thank you, YouTube, for defaulting that the other way. Overall impact. Wemby, Kelvin, or Jeremy? I got to think Wemby's going to have the bigger impact on everybody else Wembanyama's fingers because I think it's going to help everybody else's game. He's not just going to impact the team. He's going to impact everybody around him. Defenses are going to focus on him. Some defenses might completely just lock in on trying to shut him down, and that's going to open up the court for Kelvin and others. So I'm going to say Wemby. Obi-Wan, Gino, Billy, good evening. Just happy to Friday the 13th. Kyle, you can do whatever you want, my man. You're free to... What I always tell people is, jump from stream to stream to stream to stream. Well, you're having fun doing whatever you're doing. I heard Zach Collins is out. You see people dress up as aliens for the games. I have not seen that. Watching from Oregon. Any thoughts on Scoot Henderson and Trailblazers? Isn't Scoot out with an injury, Justin? No, wait, he was injured in the Summer League. How's he doing? I think he's going to be a great player for you guys. I would have loved to draft Wemby and Scoot, but that would have been like the greatest trade in the history of trades for the Spurs to pull that off. I know the game is not on yet, but show the game. All right, my man. I will show the game because you asked for it. Where is he? Where is the game? Oh, right there. Sucker! How disappointing am I in the Giants football? A 9 on a scale of 1 to 10. You got the Heat tonight, +8, Brian? Daniel Jones is out. Okay. 9, Kyle. I didn't think we were going to be a Super Bowl team. Definitely not. But I thought they would be better than this. And they suck. The offensive line is a disaster again because of injuries. Saquon Barkley's hurt again. Daniel Jones is hurt again. The team is an absolute disaster. I don't know. I thought cleaning house and bringing Dable and Shane would fix things. And right now they're right back to where they were 2 years ago. I know there's injuries, but still, it sucks. Carlitos Wild, yes, Wemby. He is playing tonight. I'm excited to see my man. To be honest, I missed... Yeah, I was hoping the Spurs would give him the last roster spot July 26th. It didn't happen. 120 to 87. That's not much of a game. Because of Wemby, the bigger season, Jeremy or Kelvin? Jeremy's still developing. Kelvin's in his 5th year. I'm going to go Kelvin. My apologies. I read that wrong. Every time I see the Heat and Spurs logo together, I have that feeling of, yes. Yes, we did play them 2 years in a row. I don't want to talk about one of them. To focus on the depth of our squad, what's your ideal 6 to 10 bench squad if all our starters are resting? The problem is I don't know who the starters are, Nate. We don't know the official starting lineup yet going into the season. I assume Devin, Jeremy, and Wemby are a lock, but Kelvin, Trey, and Zach, actually, Zach a lock too. So really it's between Kelvin and Trey Jones. Is Trey going to start a traditional point guard, and Kelvin's going to come off the bench as the 6th man, or is Trey going to sit, and then whoever is just a point guard by committee? So I can't really put together a 6 to 10 bench when we don't really know the 1 through 5 yet. I think Doug McDermott's a lock to come off the bench and be a big contributor. I think Malachi Branham's going to be there with them. I don't know if they're going to do Osman yet. I don't know if he's going to be a main part of the bench. We got our rookies too, Serge Rice and City Sissoko. Are they going to get any time? So even that's a question mark. Time will tell. Hopefully we're solid 1 through 10. The 49ers avoid major injuries. Do you think they can go undefeated? No, but I think they can go 15-2. Seems reasonable. Played pretty against the Sun. Who played pretty good against the Sun yesterday? Justin. Scoop? All New York NFL teams are cursed. Yeah. By the way, my apologies right away if I mess up the players for the Miami Heat. Actually, if you guys know who... I'm probably going to have to ask who the players are throughout the night. The players will be up over here, but I'm not going to have their numbers. I'm just going to try to jot them down throughout the night. The Heat are resting like everybody. I mean, everybody. I mean, this dude is starting point guard for the Heat tonight. I mean, what's that tell you? There's a starting power forward for the Heat. Struggle's going to be real. Struggle's going to be very real. But, it's all good. Hey, Reggie Miller is announcing tonight. I forgot he did TNT games. One of the greatest clutch players I've ever seen play the game. Just 90s basketball, that rivalry between the Pacers and the Knicks and the Pacers and the Bulls. I wasn't a fan of any of those three teams, but it was still must-see TV in the playoffs. They just hated each other. And I liked it. I really liked it. No, my team is Spurs. We are the major... Huh? What the? Good evening, Brian. We have the whole... a fellow YouTuber that I've worked with before, Bad Dog Sports, he's a Giants fan, and he's not a Lakers fan, but he's a Lakers broadcaster or play-by-player, whatever you want to call it. And the Giants stink, and I've been commenting on one of his videos. Well, at least you got the NBA season coming up. I have a lot of faith in the Lakers this year. The way they keep trying to plug and play their lineups, LeBron's getting older, even though I think I read he signed a 2-year extension for like $90 million or $100 million, something crazy. I mean, he stays in phenomenal shape, but his defense is going to be wishy-washy at times because he's going to conserve his energy for offense, and you can't ask a guy that many miles on his body to carry the offensive load. And Anthony Davis is going to have to start doing more. I don't know. We'll see. Jimmy Butler is out. Good evening, King Jorge. Jimmy Butler, most of the Heat players are out tonight. Grogu would dominate the NBA. He was fun to watch, Brian. I'm glad people get along, if you will, in the NBA, but you just felt something when the Knicks, Pacers, and Bulls, whenever two of those three teams are on the court. Like, there was a genuine, I want to punch you in the face and slam up this basketball off your neck. I don't know. I've got nothing. Yoda should sign with the Giants. Reggie Miller is mispronouncing Victor's name. He's saying Wembanyama. I'll turn up the volume a little bit, see if I can hear that without getting into much trouble. Halloween is coming soon. Should I dress up for Halloween? Should I do something? Maybe go out with, I don't know, find someone to go out with and we could dress up as a duo or I don't know. I wonder if TSR will do as I plan on attending a party with people I know around that week. I don't know. The Bad Boy Pistons, yes. Now, they started to fade in the early 90s very quickly. Age was just starting to get to them. But yes, they would punch you in the mouth, literally on the court. Is it too much to say Wemby can be a defensive player of the year? As a rookie, see, I don't know this. Our chat, has a rookie ever won defensive player of the year? Starting lineup for the Spurs: Devin Vassell, Jeremy Sohan, Cedi Osman, Charles Bassey, and Victor Wembanyama. We got Bassey listed as forward and Wembanyama as center. I think that's going to be the other way around. All right. Can we get the lineup for the Heat? We got Smith, Duncan Robinson. I'm not going to be able to type this fast enough. I got two of them. Robin Den. All right, well, I tried. I don't have my scoreboard ready. Oh my gosh, get your scoreboard ready. All right, looks like this game's going to start actually in the next couple minutes. All right, TNT ain't messing around tonight. All right, my scoreboard's ready. Players are getting on the court right now. Duncan Robinson. By the way, what do y'all think of our new background? Yes, you can see a little of the Expendables poster, but What do you think of the Spurs background? I think somebody had suggested this to me earlier in the year, and then you guys were talking about the Expendables 4 sucking, and I was like, let's change it. Players are on the court, and away we go. Jump ball. Gets jumped. Spurs win the jumper. Outside of Duncan Straham, you don't know anybody. Yeah, I struggling too. Spurs ball. I know our Spurs, though. Nice to see Jeremy Sohan. He has the ball right now. Gets into the paint. Pull-up J is a little bit short, and the rebound will go to the Heat. You like the background? Thank you. Well, I don't have Wemby and Parker yet, but at some point, July 26th. At some point, yes. And then I'll take the Ghost. Parker really should go where that Ghost Spurs Go jersey is. Wemby with KJ, and then I could wear the KJ jersey or wear Wemby. Wemby and KJ would be interchangeable. Huge block by Charles Bassey. He gets the ball back, and then the follow-up is good. And an offensive foul on that guy. All right, players are now updated. And for some reason, that's not in the right spot. You know what? I was capturing a video recently. That's what messed it all up. The sell for 3, I heard that. The clock's a little behind, but I just want to fix this. It's driving me crazy. All right, that looks almost good. Who moved all my stuff around? Dang it, Rich. You a little bigger? She said. All right. Maybe just a little bit bigger. Just a little bit bigger. All right, that's good. That's good. Leave it right there. All right, 3-0. I'm sorry, guys. I'm so sorry. I didn't see you shot that, but we scored again. That's right. I said we. All right, so we got Smith, Robinson, Kane. Oh, this Heat roster is going to mess me up. And almost a turnover by the Heat. Ball is saved. Pull up J by Duncan Robinson is no good. And the ball's going to go out of bounds. It'll stay with the Heat. Spurs are up 5-0. I don't like the Soham point guard nonsense. Oh. We'll see. May work great. May... Gosh, I really don't know any of these. Bryant? I'm just putting the names down now. Ball thrown, immediately knocked out of bounds. It'll stay with the Heat. Sohan breaks up the play. Sohan's hair is fairly normal tonight. Dyed blonde, not anything crazy. Highsmith? Who are these guys? And I'm not trying to be a jerk. But who are these guys? All right, well, whatever. Do our best. It is Heat ball. We have a drive, and Wemby with the rejection, baby! He gets the ball back out of the shot clock violation. I like Devin's new hair. I think Wemby could average 3 blocks a game this year. I really do. Wemby, the second tallest number pick in NBA history. Yao Ming, number 1. Not bad company to be with. Yao Ming, a Hall of Famer. It is Spurs ball up 5-0. Bassey out on three-point land. Drops it off to Wemby. Wemby's going to take off. Stops at the free throw line. Pop. Swish. All right. All right. See you from here, Wemby. Spurs up 7 zippy. Of course, they had a big lead Monday night and then completely just blew it. Duncan Robinson for 3, no good. Fight for the board, and the Heat will come down with it. A pull-up J is no good. Tip in from Highsmith is no good. And Bassey with another block. Spurs are blocking some shots tonight. Osmond with the ball, gets it over to Wemby. Wemby's going to pull up for the J. Feels weird seeing a 7-foot, pretty much 4 guy just launching jumpers like he can. He's going to be such a fun player to watch. Another block. Spurs on a fast break. Devin Vassell gets to the ball, and it's going to be turned over. And Wemby falls down. He's all right. Oh, another Spurs. Osmond goes down. Spurs falling like dominoes right now. Finally, a bucket for the Heat. It's a 3-pointer by, I don't know. I'm trying, guys. Wemby should go average 10 blocks per game. That's a miss and a rebound for the Heat. Still trying to figure out these Heat players that are running around on the court. I know Duncan Robinson, pull-up jumper over Wemby is good. Nice job. That's not an easy shot. Mr. Scotch Crotch. Nice name. Ramanjet, thank you for stopping in. Reyes, thank you for stopping in. Alexis. 3 blocks per game. Devassell, pull-up jumper in the paint. No good. We got a whistle. He is going to go to the line for 2. Spurs are up 9-5. All right. Smith is number 9. Okay. Smith with the foul. Slowly learning these Heat players. 2 shots. They're looking good so far. He's so lanky and takes a lot of court. He should. Devassell misses the first free throw. Can't make them all, guys. Can't make them all. Yeah, I like Devin's hair. It's pretty cool. I'll do it if I can. Can't. Definitely not. Second free throw is good. Spurs up 10-5, doubling up on the Heat. I don't know why ESPN does not have the jersey number next to the names. That's the one thing that's missing there. One thing. That pull-up jumper is good. I think that was Smith for the Heat. Again, my apologies. Jason, how you doing? If you're doing good, don't say anything. Cool, thank you. Appreciate you. Bassey with the ball right now, looking for a pick and roll with Wemby. Wemby will get the ball. Wemby stops, pops, long jumper. In and out burger. Bassey with the putback. Good. This may be early to be saying this, but I'm kind of liking the Bassey-Wemby connection more than the Collins-Wemby connection that we saw on Monday night. Just putting that out there. We have a corner 3, and that is good. The Heat are making a comeback. I don't know who that was. Shoot. Did you hear about the Travis Kelce killer slip? Yeah, not saying anything on that. And Easy agrees. Keep passing the starting lineup with Wemby. Devin's going to launch a long 3. Well, doesn't matter how long. It went in. 7 minutes to go. Roy Garza, good evening. Thank you very much for stopping in. When I see you, I just think of that delicious milkshake that you hooked me up with. And now a steal by Highsmith. It is Heat ball. Highsmith misses a shot. Smith, Kane, Bryant, Highsmith. There's 2 Smiths out there, if you will. 15-12, 6.5 minutes to go. Spurs are up by 3. Vassell's going to drive in the paint, gets tripped up, falls down, but he gets up again. Never going to keep him down. I wouldn't even see the picture of... Well... I can't see some of the chat now. I got this, heart and 100, and I got all these faces over here. Oh, apparently, yeah, I think we're going to be okay. It's not a video, Lucas. I think we'll be good. Okay, Roy. I might be, and congratulations, by the way. That's awesome on the promotion. I might be coming to Texas for the last few games of the season in April. I'm kind of eyeballing that. And yeah, I'd definitely like to meet up with you again. That was a great time. Trying to meet as many people I can. As far as Spurs Nation, Sowen is not a point guard. Pop and his staff are out of their mind. He's not. Compete for a plan or try. I don't think you compete for a high pick. We're in a timeout, by the way. Compete for a high pick is... I don't think how that works. I see a lot of NBA sites saying the Spurs are going to be a lottery team again. I think they're anywhere between a late lottery team, i.e. 11 through 14, or a play-in team. We don't know the Wemby effect yet. And I think there's going to be a lot of tinkering with the starting lineup to begin the season, which could bring us some losses. I want the same thing that I wanted last year. Play your best basketball. Yes, there were probably some times where players didn't play last year and they could have, but play your best basketball, go out there and try your best, and if you lose in the process, so be it. But if you're growing and developing something special, then it's worth it. I don't want them to win 20-something games again this year. Got to get up in the 30s. Zoom out to show the 5th Spur. Oh, shoot. I didn't realize. Oh! I'm sorry. I didn't realize I was squishing them off of there. Thank you. There we go. I'm sorry, Mr. Scott Crotch. I did not Did not realize I was cutting one of the Spurs off. My apologies, Devin Vassell. No way Spurs a lottery team of pushing for. I don't think they're a lot. If they are, they're late lottery, like late. I don't even see a lot of teams got better around as well. The Spurs have improved, but this was a deep draft class, so other teams got better. We'll see. Who do you got? The Rangers, the Astros? I got a big cup of I don't care. And that's not towards you, Sirski. I don't care about the World Series or playoff. I don't know is it the World Series now? I have no idea what's going on in MLB. I know people are like, you're a sports channel, but I'm a Yankees fan. The Yankees are out of it. At this point, I'm so busy with things in life that I just focus on my teams. Anything else that's happening, I do the occasional short video or non-Spurs video on this channel when it's NBA related if it interests me and I have time to do it. But as far as watching a let me back that up. I will watch a NFL game. That's not the New York Giants. If there's a good Sunday night game matchup or a game of the week matchup at 4:30, I will watch that. But the NFL is the only sport I'll watch for the most part where it's not my team. Since I have the NBA League Pass, I should try to maybe catch like a Warriors and Lakers game or actually that would be on TV. Catch something. But, life keeps you busy. You're welcome. Kyle, they can't move on from Daniel Jones. Doesn't he have 3 years left? 3 years and 3 big years, like $40 million plus a year on his contract. Wemby is sitting, by the way, so he has checked out for the Spurs. 10 on the shot clock for Osman. Osman could throw it over to Malachi Brandon. And Brandon with his first shot of the game. Switch, kill the fish. 17-12. Roy, you got the Stros. What they've done the last, 5 years, 10 years? Sure, there's the asterisks here, but overall, that franchise has been, a perennial playoff championship contender every year. That long three is good by, I don't know, 17-15. At least I recognize Duncan Robinson, and we have a Duncan Robinson behind me, sort of. Osman with the ball. He's going to launch a quick three. No good. Whistle. He'll go to line for 3. 3 shots. You're an idiot. They are both in the same leagues. How's in the World Series? You are so annoying. Wow. Check this out. Hey, Frank. I don't know if one of them left the leagues. They shuffle teams around. So you're an idiot. What do you think of that? You're a doofus. Enjoy your 5-minute timeout. By the way, when you come out of timeout, if you want to open your mouth again, put you right back in it. We'll time you out all night. Then again, some people enjoy that. What's up, Arnie? Shows you how much I don't give a rat about MLB right now without the Yankees in it. I really don't care. What I do care about is our San Antonio Spurs, and it's 1915. Wow, I really don't care that. Oh, okay. Yeah, Frank. Frank, you got shot at the end of the day. Live. Spoiler. Osman last season with Cleveland at 8.7 points, 37% from beyond the arc, 2.3 rebounds, 1.5 assists, and he missed that free throw, 19-15. Maynard James Keenan. What band was he from? James Keenan. That's another 3 for the Heat. And this roster of players I've never heard of for the Heat, and they've got more players out there. I don't even know who. Is that Julian Champagne's brother? Is he on the Heat? Is it Justin Champagne? Oh, I think maybe. I gotta stop my clock. Hey, Toby. Good evening. Tool. Couldn't pull it. Not a Tool guy. I'll be honest. TNT ESPN is over showing the Lakers. What do you mean, M-Easy? Are they not showing the Lakers anymore? Trey Jones with the bucket. It's 21-18. I got you, Brian. That is Highsmith way on three-point land. He'll start to drive. An alley-oop attempt. Too much alley, not enough hoop. That got broken up. 12 on the shot clock for the Heat. And now a whistle, and that is going to go against the Spurs. All I want is the Spurs news to, 5 time on the same boat. I don't like Wemby's shot selection. He should just go for more mid-range more. He was taking some mid-range, though, Toby. There was one a little deeper. I mean, it's preseason. You might be just trying, feel things. That is definitely a Champagny right there. There, no doubt. That's definitely his brother. Looks like him. Are they twins? I can't remember. Duncan Robinson on the pass takes a quick, I think, 3-point attempt, misses a shot, and going to the line for not one, not two, three. And City Sissoko is in there for the Spurs. Is Dominic Barlow in the game? I didn't see him, Jonathan. Yes, he is. Barlow is checked in the game as well. I know, Kyle. You've been beating on us for... You guys are like our kryptonite. That is Champagny's brother. Number 20 for the Heat. I saw the name over here. I was like, wait a minute. And as soon as I saw his face, I'm like, that's his brother, no doubt. Yeah, I figured they might be twins. They look very similar. Duncan Robinson makes the first free throw. Second free throw on the way. No good. He does have one more free throw coming up. Out. Max Strauss, Gabe Vincent, Victor Oladipo, Cody Zeller. I can't read that other name. Udonis Haslem. Jimmy Butler's not playing. Tyler Hero's not. The Heat are just not playing anybody. I've already seen like 3 Lakers games this preseason. 3? Oh, they're not giving up on him. I can't stand the Lakers getting shoved down our throats. Brandon for 3, no good. Champagny with the Heat gets their Heat. Champagny gets the rebound. Not the Spurs Champagny. That's going to be confusing saying their names back and forth. Quick 3 down the other end is good, and the Heat have taken the lead 23-21 over the Spurs. By the way, smoke them if you got them. It's that time. Trey Jones will pass across court. Sissoko will defer over to Malachi Branham. 12 on the shot clock. Branham looks for a pick and roll. Takes off. Whistle. Offensive foul on the Spurs. Oh, well. 23-21. Crowd's kind of empty there in San Antonio. I figured Frostbank Center would have, not the A&T Tenant Center anymore, if y'all haven't heard. That's a miss, and the ball's going to go out of bounds. But a lot of empty seats. I figured more people might be there. It's a Friday night. Maybe not. Collins is out. Kelvin is out. I feel like somebody else was out for the Spurs tonight. I don't remember who. Can't stand the Lakers either. Yeah, I get you. Trey Jones at midcourt. Pick and roll with Dominic Barlow. Take off. Gets into the paint. The floater is an air ball. That floated a bit too much. Alejandro, go Spurs, go. Let me do that right. Go Spurs, go. What kind of team do you think will be next year? Hopefully a WCF team. Western Conference Finals. I'd be happy with that. Disappointed in the attendance, yes. I fear when we get shut down. Jonathan, possibly. That long 3 is no good by one of the Heat players. Have no idea who that is. In transition, we have a quick 3, and that 3 is good for Julian Champagny. Right in his brother's face. Heat ball, down by 1. We're going to have an open 3. That's Highsmith for 3. That is no good. A fight for the board, and it's going to bounce around, finally go out of bounds, and it'll be Spurs basketball. What's up? Not much, Alejandro. Rich, the Bucks look nasty. Yeah, I'm sure. I've not seen them play together, Kyle. You got to... The Champagnys are guarding one another, by the way, which is kind of cool. I don't know if they're the best team in the Eastern Conference, though. The Celtics made a lot of moves this offseason. I think it might be Bucks, Celtics in the Eastern Conference. Yes, Eastern Conference Finals. Tripped up there. Champagny over to Barlow. Baseline jumper, no good. Heat ball, 24-23, under 3 minutes going. Now a steal. Champagny with the 3, no good. And ball's going to go out of bounds off Branham, and it'll be Heat ball. And we're going to have a timeout. I mean, one's wearing a Spurs jersey and one's wearing a Heat jersey. Easy. So, I mean, that's one way to tell them apart. We have a timeout, and the game is moving at a pretty good clip, which, what's up with Jason? It's Friday 13th. It's Friday 13th. I don't know. It seemed like the right thing to do. Maybe I'm wrong in that. Why not? Friday 13th. Have Jason up. The Suns look good too. I mean, I wouldn't count the Nuggets out. They are defending champions for a reason. They have a pretty stacked roster as well. And we don't know. I mean, here's one thing. The Nuggets we saw as a cohesive unit, and I don't think there was a lot of changes to the roster from last year to this year. Correct me if I'm wrong. That's a team that's already played together and won a championship. The players you mentioned have not all played together yet. They may play great. They may not. And you got one player on that list there that is injury prone, Bradley Beal. And Durant, yeah, how much of this season is he going to play? Is he going to play a full season? Is he going to play 50 games, 60 games? And who's the guy in that team? I've said it before on this channel. Kevin Durant, while a great player, has always been more of a, the passenger than the driver. He wasn't the number one guy in Golden State. It was Steph Curry's team. He hasn't won a championship anywhere else being the guy. Who's the guy in Phoenix? Is it Beal? Is it Booker? Is it KD? Is it none of the above? I don't know. The Suns roster does seem stacked, but there's a part of me that's apprehensive to say they're the best team in Western Conference. Gosh. I was today years old when I realized Champagny had a twin brother. Nice. Victor, so far, I like what I'm seeing. He's showing us some good things offensively. He's showing us amazing shot blocking ability, which is expected because of his height and length. I think it's too early to say defensive player of the year, but could he be defensive player of the year in his career? I don't see why he couldn't. Warriors run as contenders is over. It's getting close to being over. I think that window is closing. I don't want to say it's closed yet, but it certainly is closing. Steph Curry's not getting any younger. Klay Thompson, also in his 30s, had 2 severe injuries in his career back-to-back. Not even has he had 2 severe injuries back-to-back seasons. Was it a torn Achilles and then a torn ACL, or the other way around? Whatever it was, it cost him pretty much 2. I think it did cost him 2 seasons. That's right, he missed 2 full seasons. I don't know. I've heard of Alejandro. I'm not sure. I mean, he should be fine off the bench. Don't say without Katie. Probably not him easy. Rich Lakers should be better now with the additions of Rui Hachimura. Wasn't Rui there last year? They just keep plugging and playing players, though. And I don't know. They're not building something. They're just throwing pieces together and hope it works. And it worked a few years ago during the bubble playoffs, but it hasn't been working lately. I mean, they had the disaster at Russell Westbrook. I don't trust what the Lakers are doing, personally. It is Heat ball. They're down by 1. We're going to have a whistle, and that's going to go against the Heat. It'll be Spurs ball. Yeah, he's trying to do the old Karl Malone, Gary Payton thing, or any of those players that are near the tail end of their career trying to win a chip at the end. I get it. Wemby has checked back in for San Antonio, and Wemby's going to take an open 3, and he will miss the open 3. Shot didn't look bad, just had a little too much gusto on it, and it bounced off the back rim. Yes, Ernie, I will get a Wemby jersey when they're on sale, and right now websites like Fanatics won't let you use like a coupon on them, so I'm waiting for the moment. But I'll get a Wemby jersey at some point. Spurs ball, under 2 minutes to go. Malachi Brandon will drive in the paint, throws up a layup, no good. Fight for the board, and the Heat will come down, and Heat are on the run. Spurs will get back in transition. Quick pull-up 3 is no good by Champagny. And Spurs ball as the other Champagny gets a rebound, and then Champagny turns the ball over. Is Heat ball again. Another launched 3, and this one is also no good. Another 3 after the offensive rebound for the Heat, not good. So the Heat just launching 3s and missing 3s. Spurs still up 24-23, and I feel like that score has been stuck there for a few minutes. Champagny with the ball. Over to Branham, 10 on the shot clock. Branham, he's going to launch a 3. And that's an in-out burger 3. So both teams just launching threes left and right. And guess what? They ain't going in because I haven't touched a score in quite some time. There's multiple players on the Heat floor right now, on the floor that I do not know. Spurs are likely back in the lottery. I hope not, Lance. And not Duncan Robinson drains a deuce. Robinson number 25. I have no idea who that is. Wemby misses a shot. 25-24, about 30 seconds to go. And it is Heat ball. This is Heat Champagne gets blocked. I haven't really said Sohan's name too much tonight. He's back in the game. Glaze and Bacon, Kelvin Johnson's out, Doug McDermott's out, then maybe Zach Collins is out. I'll reach through the TV and strangle Reggie Middleton. He says, what is incorrect? That's fair, Phil. All right. All right. The Rockets, I think, will make a big improvement. That's true, Kyle. I would agree with that. I mean, the Mavericks are one of those underachieving teams, too. Wemby with the alley-oop. Push shot, gets fouled, will go to the line for 2. Good evening, Ron Duffney. Reaction Spurs win. Thank you, Gillis. I appreciate that. That's the most crazy I've ever gone on this channel. I think it was more so much shock built into my body that the Spurs actually pulled off a third first-round pick in their team's history in the last, 34 years? 35 years? No, Robinson's 87. And that end of quarter shot's going to be a miss, and the Spurs are going to go into the second quarter down by 1. But, first-round picks with Duncan, first-round pick with Robinson, and then Wemby. I was talking to a friend of mine who's a Jazz fan. He's like, the Utah Jazz have never had a first overall pick, and we've had 3 already. And 2 of them Hall of Famers. One of them considered one of the greatest of all time at their respective position, and now Wemby. The Spurs have had a lot of luck when it comes to the NBA draft. Ron, I'm doing good, thank you. How are you? Any Ginobili fans in the house? I got a Ginobili jersey right there. Brian, so I guess that makes me a Ginobili fan. Top 5 Sprocket Cam Whitmore something. He dropped, didn't he, Kyle? Wasn't Cam Whitmore supposed to be like wasn't he like a top 10 pick and dropped? When did you guys grab him? Like 21 or something? I said, spur of the moment, could lightning strike a third time? It struck twice with the first round pick, and, well, not struck twice. You know what I mean. They need to run plays for Wemby similar to how Dallas used to use Dirk. I think they're still trying to figure out how to use Wemby to the best of his ability. He's a very unique player with a very different type of skill set and size you don't normally see definitely don't see normally in the NBA. So I think they're still trying to get the best use out of him. Was it 3 minutes and 20 seconds without a basket, Phil? It felt like a while. Why did Cam Whitmore fall? Was it an injury? What was the deal with him? I don't remember. He fell hard in the draft. People forget that with the draft, your salary is based, your rookie contract's based on what you're picked. So if you are projected to go, say, 9th or 10th overall, and you're expecting X amount of dollars, and then you drop to 20 or 21, that's going to substantially drop your pay. Sure, the main thing is getting in the NBA and playing in the NBA, but still, if your expectations are a certain contract and you're already starting to spend money, and spend money that check hasn't cashed yet. Was it 20? Okay. I had a feeling it was 20 or later. I didn't remember that it was exactly 20. I knew it was later than I was expected. Yeah, I'm shocked. Wemby, they're not using alley-oops more with Wemby. I will agree to that because they were running quite a bit, or at least succeeding on quite a few alley-oops with Sohan last season. Not so much yet. Injury and refusal to do workouts. Okay. Personality, gym, singing, you lactart. All right. Thank you, Phil. So multiple reasons. Wemby's skill set is more similar to a Dirk or KG. He has been compared to a taller version of Kevin Durant. I just hope he's a better leader than Durant. He has gained weight, though. I saw a picture on the Spurs official Facebook page that he's gained about 15 pounds since the draft, and they had a side-by-side picture, and you can tell he's bulked up a little bit. Not huge, and 15 pounds spread out over a about 7'4" frame isn't a lot, but he is putting a little bit of weight on, which I think he needs. And slowly, gradually, you just don't want to put on a ton of weight overnight. Slowly add that to your frame so your body can adjust to the new weight. Taking every year will not gain favor with the basketball guys. Yeah, the Pistons, I mean, for Rockets fans and Pistons fans, I get the bitter bus for falling in the draft as far as they did. But, man, they've had so many picks over the last few years. Like, come on, start turning around already. It's Heat ball to start us off, and that is good by Robinson, not Duncan Robinson, O. Robinson. I don't know who O. Robinson is. O. Robinson. I would like to see that too, Jason. Malachi Brandon, no, sorry. Not Brandon. Charles Bassey flies into the paint. I saw the two and then realized that was Bassey as I saw him poke around another player. And he'll turn the ball over. Spurs down 27-24. So far, we've seen the same thing in both preseason games. The Spurs get out ahead to start the game. And as the game progresses, they give up the lead and then maybe never see the lead again. And a steal by Jeremy Sohan running the break. Gets it to Wemby. Wemby's going to drive into the paint. Euro step. Boom, shakalaka, thunder, dunk of justice. Wemby took like 2 steps to get through the entire... He took 2 huge steps and got around everybody. Did a little shimmy. Might not have been a full Euro step, but he got in there for the 2-handed slam-a-jamma. And I like it. I need to update my scoreboard. That was nice to see. Good for us. Yes. Now, you guys got a good roster, Kyle. You got a young roster, too. You'll gain weight eating Mexican food in San Antonio. Nice move by Wemby. I want to see that more. They're showing a replay. Actually took 1 big step. My apologies. 1 giant step. He caught the ball, a little step, and then 1 just giant step with his old 1,000,000 inches long Wemby legs. And that was nice to see. I live in Connecticut, Alejandro. So I could have held on to that maybe a little longer, M-Easy. A lot longer. That being said, it worked out. By the way, Justin Champagny is at the line for 2 free throws and missed the first one after a missed shot and foul. Is his brother still on the court? Yes, they are. Champagny brothers going head-to-head tonight. Second free throw from Champagny is good. 28-26. Spurs down a bucket. 10:50 to go in the second Q. Devin Vassell with the ball. He's checked back in for San Antonio. Vassell bringing up for the Spurs. I think we actually have the starting... We do have the starting lineup in there. No. Champagny's in there. He didn't start. Spurs getting a little careless with the ball. Lots of contact. No whistle. And then we're going to get a whistle on the second contact. Jeremy Sohan had a lot of contact with one of the Heat players. No whistle. Gets the whistle on the second set of contact, if you will, and go to the line for 2. That was poorly worded across the board. Wow. Could I have said that any worse? Probably not. Sohan in 1-handed free throw is going to be no good. We got 1 more going up. You don't mess with the Sohan. Yeah, tip-off 2023. Season begins October 24th. ESPN, TNT, and NBA TV, which I have all 3, plus the NBA League Pass, so I will be able to see all the games, so I can hang out with you guys and talk some Spurs. Yo, JC! Blake Wesley, he hasn't played yet, M-Easy. We have a drive and multiple bodies flying up in there, and that's a miss for the Heat. Wemby's going to bring it up for the Spurs, running point, apparently. Drop it off to Vassell. Vassell back to Wemby, 14 on the shot clock. Wemby crossover through the legs. Gets to the post. Back out to Vassell for the open 3. That's where it's going to work, baby. Get the double on Wemby. Hit the open shot. Find the open guy. Hit the open shot. Vassell for 3. Vassell, one of the best in the NBA, catch and shoot threes. Hope to see him firing them and making them at a high rate this year. That 3 down the other end is no good. Wemby throws a very awkward full court pass to Osman. It's going to go out of bounds off his hands. Not the best pass there. Yo, Rich. Nintendo Lego NBA fan, good evening. What did I say that I said any worse? I'm not going to try to repeat it. That's a miss, and a fight for the board. It's going to fall in the hands of Jeremy Sohan. Sohan will bring up the ball for the Spurs. Now you got me thinking in my head. I'm messing up my sentences. Sochan all over the place in the paint. Throws up an awkward shot. Offensive rebound and thunder dunk of Bassey. I like what I'm seeing in Bassey tonight. He's looking pretty good. And an offensive foul, and he will give it back to the Spurs. Terrible shot by Sochan, but a nice putback by Charles Bassey, and he's looked good tonight. Toby, I don't know what they're doing. Benedict, good evening to you. Vassell into Wemby. Wemby open for the Thunder. Dunk of Justice himself. A little dunk. I don't want to put... we'll put it up here. And we're going to have a timeout, and this is going to be by the Heat, who are now down by 6. All right. Give you a hell yeah. I feel like I need to be drinking. Oh, hell yeah. I can't do Stone Cold's voice. I can't. I can do The Undertaker's. Yokozuna at the Royal Rumble. You will rest in peace. Whatever. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, my Undertaker. All right. Rest in peace, Paul Bearer. Coach Bass going to be our starting center. He is a better rim protector than Collins. I will agree. Question is, if Bassey really has a fantastic preseason and Zach Collins has a preseason, could the Spurs make the switch before the season starts? Pop has said on record previously that Zach Collins is a starting center. That being said, Bassey is younger and has a longer contract than Zach. This is the last year of Zach's contract. Bassey has 2 or 3 more years after this. Cheaper, longer contract. He plays just as well. Maybe we start him. The thing is, we're not going to have any three-point shooting with Bassey on the court. He is not going to stretch the floor, whereas Zach Collins will shoot and make an open three. Was it a good one, Benedict? I don't know. He has risen from the dead. Spoiler, many times. Well, Brian, I wouldn't even call it a sport. They've admitted it's sports entertainment. I liked it in the 80s and the 90s. I started falling out of favor in the early 2000s, and then by the early 2010s, I was out of it and switched over to the UFC and haven't looked back. Bassey brings the kind of physicality next to Wemby that the team needs. Collins and Wemby are 2 soft guys on the front. Can't really argue with that too much. Lamb, YT, Go Spurs, go to you. Man, I wish I could get rid of this little emoji thing on the bottom right. Oh, I can actually do the emojis? I can emoji my own. Oh, look, I'm doing this. You can just keep clicking on them like this. I'll just give myself a bunch of hearts if nobody loves me. That's not true. Now I'm embarrassed for saying that, see? I'm such a nerd. There's a lot more fans at the OKC game there in San Antonio. Typical, and yeah, I understand it's only preseason, but come on. Yeah, Odyssey. I mean, the live attendance. The live YouTube audience, I think, is lower than the last game for tonight, but also that's expected. Friday nights are tough streams of pulling viewers because you guys are usually out doing stuff. Tonight I decided that I really wanted to just, you guys know, I want to build the channel. One, I'm going to watch a Spurs game anyway. I like hanging out with you guys to watch the Spurs games and talking Spurs. But if there's ever going to be a year to grow this channel, it's this year with the Wemby hype. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to be devoted. I'm going to call as many games as I can. And hopefully it's a fun ride with some Spurs wins along the way. And we grow the channel. Greetings from Chile to you, Felipe. On the broadcasting licenses? I'm not sure. Did something happen, JC, recently? Like, do you need a broadcasting license for YouTube now? I know there's some talk about news articles. If you're doing a news article and you share it, they can pull revenue, possibly happening in the future. That's the closest thing I get to what you're saying. I don't know if we're talking about the same thing. That three-pointer is good for the Heat, 34-31. San Antonio's are superstitious and not going out on the 13th. That's fair. Hey, I wouldn't go out either. Devin Vassell with the ball. Pull-up jumper is off the backboard, off the rim, no good. And the rebound by the other Robinson for the Heat. 34-31, 8 minutes and some change to go in the second quarter. It is Heat ball. And their Robinson, not our Robinson, hits the 2 off the glass. That Robinson doing an impression of Tim Duncan, if I may say so. The bank shot. Sohan will get it to Devin Vassell. Vassell back to Osman. Osman for 3. Long 3 is no good. Fight for the board, and the Heat will grab it. Their Champagnie grabs the rebound. And Justin Champagnie will bring it up for the Miami Heat, guarded by Sohan. Drop it off to Robinson, 34-33. Heat launching a lot of threes in this game. Be interested to see the final stats on how many threes they actually took. Peterson drops a deuce on the Spurs. All right, I've never heard of him. Number 17. I'm going to put his name up because I have no idea who he be. It's been a long time. How are you doing? Thank you for the $5 super chat, brother. He says, massive salute and respect to Big Boss Rich and all diehard Giants fans in America. And we got to be diehard to be Giants fans these days because it's rough right now. Greetings from our entire rugby club in Italy. We say, forget about it. I should do some Giants videos, but I don't know what to say except they stink. Justin Champagnie with the bucket for the Heat. I appreciate the support, my man. Thank you. Calvin, good evening. Happy Friday to you. I'm trying to take the day off to get the... give us, Philip, it's something to do with if the team gives a player a day... if you have all-stars on your team, you can't give them all the day off if you're a visiting team. It's kind of a convoluted rule. They don't want teams resting their star players if they're visiting a town. Vassell with a tough, long pull-up jumper with the shot clock expiring. They gave him credit for a 3. I thought his foot was on the line for that, but I guess not. You say, yeah. Robert, it's been tough the last decade to be a Giants fan. I love the Big Blue. I truly do. I know I don't cover them really on this channel. I've covered them on and off since 2019. Right now I'm kind of in an off mode. I don't know what to say about them. There's nothing positive to say this season. Nothing. There was those 2 quarters where we had the huge comeback win against Arizona. And the offensive line's beat up. Saquon Barkley's hurt. Jones is hurt now. And it's another neck injury, which scares the heck out of me because he had a previous neck injury that cost him time. I hated to have him cost him his career in some way. It's just the teams that... It feels like the Joe Judge era all over again. Nice steal by Devin Vassell. Vassell's got a fast break on his own and gets blocked from behind. Foul. Come on, it's preseason. Let him take it in. Spurs Coyote for president? I mean... Okay. Why not? I think he would do a good job. The Sersky Cowboys are definitely... I mean, if you're a Cowboys fan and you were born... Alright, my couch is broken and sometimes that side opens up. And it just opened up. You all went on a ride. All right, well, there's an outtake. That was interesting. But if you're a Cowboys fan and you were born after 1995, it's rough. They have been... I'm afraid to even look over there now. Expectations deep in the money. Just hopefully a fun season. I missed the free throw by the Spurs, by the way. My apologies. Fun season, growth, development from our young players. It hurt my hand, too, doing that. Dang it. Vassell gets the old rim job, and it rolls around and goes in. Kelvin has been sitting. I don't know why he hasn't been playing. Has he got an injury that we're not aware of? That's going to be a foul on the Spurs, and I think we're going to have 2 shots coming up for the Heat. Playoffs would be something. I mean, I would not be opposed to that. Is it likely? Maybe not. But never say never. Kellen rocking is Kellen cold or something? All the Spurs players wearing basketball jerseys. He's out there wearing a winter coat. Indoors. Duncan Robinson at the line for 2. First free throw is good. Playoffs? We got to win a game first. You want to talk about playoffs? Playoffs? All right, I had to do it. I didn't have to do it, but I did it. Play-in, very possible. I'm hesitant to say that we're going to be a top 8 seed. 9 or 10, though, definitely a possibility. Second free throw is no good. Spurs ball. And this is Much lower scoring game than the start of the last game. Trey Jones check back in, gets it over to Malachi Branham. Branham will drop it off to Champagny. Champagny's going to drive now. 7 on the shot clock. And they're just playing hot potato with the ball. Back to Jones, back to Champagny. Champagny for 3, no good. And Kane with the rebound. It is Heat ball up by 1. 5 minutes remaining. Corner 3. Man, they like launching threes. 43-39. 9 is better than 13. Kellen dressed like it's 40 degrees. Right, Odyssey? What's the temperature over there in Texas right now? And it's indoors. My man's dressing like it's winter. Osman with the ball for the Spurs. Drives. Very awkward looking layup. Is good. Guess it doesn't matter how it looks as long as it goes in. That means I expect them to improve. Foul on the Spurs, and we may have 2 more free throws coming up. Smith at the line for 2. I just think that our growth last season will compete 7th or 8th seed. I mean, it would be... It's 70 out there. That's cold across. Winter cold though, 70 degrees. We have a timeout, 45-41. Oh, did I miss a bucket? 45-41. Apologies. Brian, you have a great weekend too. It's 83 right now. Odyssey, are you in Texas? Hey, Kellen dressed up like it's winter. All good. By the way, if you have not hit the thumbs up, would appreciate it. It is the best way to support a channel. And certainly could use support tonight. So the thumbs up, if you're not familiar with what it looks like. I know you know what it looks like, but I just like to play the pop video because this is funny. Man, when he trolled Shaq and the Phoenix Suns, with Shaq getting hack-a-Shaq right at the start of the game, that was just... Those are good times. Good times, Pop. 70 degrees. I mean, I'm wearing shorts now. Can't see it. Let me show my knee. I'm wearing shorts now, and I think it's like 45 out. I don't know. Maybe it is a fashion statement. It's better to replace Pop. He's an old coach and he's coaching. Anthony, that's, Pop's always a sensitive subject on this channel because you're going to have the fan base that says, or you're going to have the fans that say, Pop should be able to coach for as long as he wants. He's Pop, etc. Then you have the fans that are going to say he's past his prime, he's old, whatever, and it's time for him to go. And it's really divided at times. And at this point, I just try to stay more in the middle. I'm like, you know what? It is what it is. He signed a contract. If the organization and he himself feel like it's not working, then he should move on. But if they start turning things around, then stay. I mean, I don't know how these young guys are going to play with Pop. The Spurs have been in a weird situation where I think they held on too long trying to be a winner. We needed to commit to the full rebuild like we did last season, and we're kind of still hanging on there with the Rosens last year, and then the DeJounte Murray's one All-Star appearance year, and really should have went more full rebound. Really full rebound, full rebuild. For being honest, when Kawhi Leonard got traded, that was probably the time to go full rebuild because we were not going to be a championship team with that roster. Robert, I thought that too. He might coach until maybe not passing away, but he might coach till he's just physically not able to. Becker would have been a nice replacement, but that obviously ain't happening. Pop gonna cosplay on... Oh my gosh. What? Come on, what do you do? Hannah said you might be right. He might just coach until he physically can't, or until it's time to, to check out. Ooh, he's about to move into the Rock like Dwayne Johnson. DC4, good evening. I got the Ginobili behind us. This is a new setup. Trying something different for you all, for our channel. I was like, I had the Expendables 1 and 2 posters, which are still in my room. They're over there now on the wall. That's my microphone, that weird object there. So I got a lot of Expendables. They're quite expendable. Their movies are expendable. But I was like, you know what? It just makes sense to have Spurs-related stuff behind me while I'm doing a Spurs stream, not a franchise that's just been terrible the last 2 movies. That free throw was good. 46-41. Zach, good evening. Zach rocking the Giants logo. Could this season go any worse, Zach? I don't even know what to say anymore. Osman pull-up jumper short, and we're going to have another whistle. And the referees all of a sudden are getting quite whistle happy. I would love to see Manu as a head coach for the Spurs someday, or Timmy. I don't think it'll happen. Never say never. Oh, the practice facilities. Are they calling it the Rock? I did see that. Okay. I did not do a video on it, but I did see they had that new practice facility. I forgot they called it the Rock, because when I see the Rock, my mind's immediately going to go to Dwayne Johnson. It just is. Pounding the Rock, which is part of the chorus for the Spurs song I finally finished yesterday. I need to do a music video, but I'm excited. Finally got in the music studio this week, and getting in there just once gets those juices flowing. And I really want to get in there and finish the other two songs, and then hopefully in the next month or two get that Slaughter to Prevail cover done. Trey Jones with the seal. Drives a fast break, gets a layup. Good. Spurs down by 2. Under 4 minutes to go in the second quarter. Because I've been talking about that for a long time on that channel. Yes, Zach. What time is that game Sunday? The Giants game. I don't know. That three-pointer's a total brick, but the putback by Smith is good. 48-44 Heat lead. It is Spurs ball. 16 on the shot clock. Wemby with the ball in three-point lane. He's just going to launch the three. Short, no good. And Smith with the rebound for the Heat. Oh, it's prime time. 8:20? Pop did flip the heck out of Murray Broad on the hall. That facts. 8:20. I'm surprised they haven't flexed the game out since how bad the Giants are this year. No, Tim probably doesn't, Robert. Ooh. Thomas Bryant with a hard screen. That's an offensive foul. It's Spurs ball. See if the Spurs can get this, get the lead back before halftime. Wemby with the ball right now. Takes a quick mid-range jumper. Good. Wemby launching a lot of jumpers, and a lot of them are going in, but I'd like to see him do more in the post or in the paint. I mean, you're like 9 feet tall, dude. Stop playing like a guard. Which I know is part of his game. All right, well, take what we can. Oh, that's right. It is Buffalo Sunday night. All right, Zach, I forgot about that. It's a Sunday night game. I might watch some of it. I don't know. Depends what I'm doing. If I'm doing something fun, maybe I won't. And both free throws good. Smith makes them both. And the Heat have gotten to David Robinson's number 50. Also, the 50th anniversary of the Spurs, mind you. Wemby as point guard. He said he could play point guard blitzkrieg recently in an interview. I don't think I want to see that. Trey Jones looking for a pick and roll with Wemby. The pick, the roll. Back to Wemby. He's going to take the open three. All right. Wemby's a jump shooter tonight, apparently. Jastrzewski, I better not have to yell that at my TV this year. Dunk the ball. I don't think we're going to. He tried an alley-oop to Kane, and that thing goes flying into the stands. Turnover for the Heat. Robert, that's fair. Yes, he did spur the moment. That's his second three tonight. Okay. Trey Jones. Over to Brandon. Brandon for three. And now we're a three-point shooting team all of a sudden. Okay, whatever. I just heard them say this is the youngest roster Pop has ever coached. Smith with the miss. Wemby with the rebound. Wemby will bring it up for the Spurs. Gets over to Sohan. Sohan drives in the paint. Throws up the layup. Good. Spurs going on a run here to close out the second quarter. We'll take it. Right? We'll take it. Lead back. You know what that means. Go Spurs, go. Duncan Robinson with the ball right now. Gets double teamed. Drops it off to Bryant. He'll miss it. Brandon will bring it up for the Spurs. Gets it up to Sohan. Sohan. Back to Brandon for three. Nope. Back rim no good. And it is Heat ball. Minute 25 to go in the first half. Duncan Robinson long three is no good. Bryant with the rebound, and we'll keep it in bounds. It's heat ball again. And Bryant gets rejected by Wemby. And a foul? That was a big block by Wemby. Oh, the ball went out of bounds. Wemby, I think, has 2 blocks so far in the first half. Barely had to jump. He just had to reach up. He's so freaking tall and long. I love it. By the way, for those of you watching the game on like cable, usually when I watch Sling, I'm way behind you guys. How's the latency tonight? Am I 30 seconds behind? Am I 20 seconds behind? Just curious where the timing is, because obviously I have no control over it, but I'm just wondering how far I'm behind cable tonight. West is loaded. We did want a big man, and we got it. Yes, it was definitely a clean block. Absolutely. It was V and Odyssey. I thought maybe it was a foul because I heard a whistle. It went out of bounds. Are they replaying it? That was all ball. I agree, San Antonio Hotspur. They're showing Zach Collins right now, the 10th overall pick in the 2017 NBA draft by Sacramento? I thought he was drafted by Portland. I thought Zach Collins was drafted by Portland. Was he traded like that night? I'm a minute behind Hulu, or is that 1 second? Oh, 109 on Hulu. Oh, my clock is 1 second ahead. I'm sorry. Sometimes I'll be like a second ahead or behind. I used to be really OCD about constantly changing the clock to make sure I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm 1 second off the game clock. Now I'm just like, you know what? It's okay. Might be better take it easy. It is 82 games. Coach's challenge on the Wemby block. I think they're going to lose it. I think I need to make sure I drink my water. I'm fighting dehydration. As usual. TSR always fighting the hydration. This is how many blocks per game Wemby's going to average this season. Ready? Yeah. 100 blocks per game to set an NBA record. It's going to be crazy. Yeah, honestly, I didn't realize he was drafted by Sacramento. It's a successful challenge. Okay, I'm only slightly behind the chat. Usually you guys are way ahead of me. That's all ball! Who challenged it? That's a clean block. Well, Pop is angry, so I'm guessing that went against us. Imagine the Spurs. Oh, we challenged it. I can't hear anything. It's weird because it's like a double-edged sword. Like, it's good to see the Spurs on national TV again and getting coverage on ESPN again, yada, yada, yada. But also, it's like bittersweet because it's like you all didn't care about any of our guys until Wemby got there. That's a miss and a putback by... Whoop. I didn't run my clock. By Kane. I think Wemby's going to average 3 blocks a game this year. I really do. Wemby's playing soccer right now with the ball. What's going on? Spurs up 54-52, a minute, 2 seconds to go. I'm not sure what's going on. We got a stoppage in play right now. Refs are coming over to the scorers table. I don't know what's happening. Spurs got a technical because they had 4 players on the court. Duncan Robinson misses a technical shot. I was wondering what the heck was going on there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. That's ideally when you look in NBA court and you count your players, you want it to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The same combination as your matched luggage. In this case, we had 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, it's Trey Jones. Over to Jeremy Sohan. Sohan drops it off to Demisell. He's going to launch 3, and that's good. Devin Vassell hits the three. Spurs up 57-52. Someone did forget to play. I don't. How do you have 4 players on the court? I don't think I've ever seen that foul called in the history of this channel. Pull up J is good by Smith. 57-54. Spurs can 2 for 1. They'll get it into Wemby. Wemby will bring it up the court. Passes the half court. Little give and go. Wemby with a huge dunk. Beautiful give and go. That's what I want to see. 59-54. Let me do this right. Wemby with a monster dunk of justice. Of course he can dunk. He can touch the rim probably without jumping. We'll have a drive and a layup, and the Spurs can hold for the last shot. Of course, every time I say that, they usually turn the ball over. Trey Jones will bring it up for the Spurs. Under 10 seconds to go. Trey gets picked off. Fast break layup is broken up by Devin Vassell, and that's going to do it. It's the half. Trey Jones right on cue there when I said the Spurs usually turn over when I say they can hold for the last shot. And what's he do? He turns it over. Constant as a Northern Star, I'll tell you. Every time I say the Spurs can hold for the last shot, I really should not say that ever again on this freaking channel. Because when I say it, they turn the ball over. Every time. Every time. Every time. Son of a bad word. All right. Let's go and pull up some halftime stats for halftime. We'll go to ESP to the end, and we'll see what's going on. Box score, Spurs versus Heat. All right. For the Miami Heat, Robinson with 8, Kane with 16. Wow, I didn't realize he was playing that well. And 7 boards in the first half. Highsmith with 3, Bryant with nothing, and Smith with 13. Off the bench for the Heat, Swider with who? Am I looking at this dude's name right? All right, off the bench for the Heat. I lost my scoreboard. Get it back. Swider with 3. Peterson with 2. Champagny, the twin brother, 3. The other Robinson, Robinson with 8. And Williams with 0. For our San Antonio Spurs. And by the way, the Heat took 22 threes in the first half. But we took 20, so both teams on pace to take over 40. Great three-point shooting contest. Anyway, Jeremy Sohan with 5. Cedi Osman with 5. Charles Bassey with 4, but he does have 3 blocks. Wemby with 15 points on 7 of 12 shooting. He's only 1 of 3 from beyond the arc, but everything else seems to be going pretty well. 4 boards, 3 assists, 2 blocks. Devin Vassell having a very good first half. He's got 18 points on 5 of 7 shooting, including 5 of 6 from beyond the arc. Off the bench, Julian Champagny with 3. Dominic Barlow with nothing. He played a whole 3 minutes. Trey Jones with 4. Malachi Branham with 5. And Sidy Cissoko played a whole 2 minutes and had a foul. That's it. He played 2 minutes and had a foul. That's his only stat. Wemby on pace to drop 30 points. Vassell on pace to drop 36 if he played those same amount of minutes in the second half. I don't think they will. I could see the starters playing into the third quarter. I seriously doubt they'll play into the fourth quarter. But time will tell. Let's get the scoreboard back up, and I guess I'll talk to you guys while we're waiting for the half to resume. Vassell, yes. Vassell didn't really show up on Monday's game. He doesn't really show up in the preseason. Doesn't need to show in the preseason. We know what he can do. But it is nice to see him going off like he is at times, especially since he just signed that big contract. Want to see him earn that contract. I wouldn't mind over 20 points per game for the moment. 20 points per game from Wemby would be terrific, and there's no reason to think he can't average 22, 23, or 24. My guy, Mr. Robinson, averaged 24.3 points per game on his way to Rookie of the Year in the 89-90 season, so why can't Wemby do it? Timmy, what do you average? 21 or 22 his rookie season? I've liked some of Bassey. I don't think there's... We talked in the chat a little bit. I don't think Bassey's going to start. I think Pop likes having the stretch 5 with Zach out there. We'll see. I'm a Jeremy defender. Honestly, he isn't looking good tonight, forcing too many things. Yeah, He also could be rusty. This is his first game of the preseason. So let's wait and see how he plays next week. The Spurs play next Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I think we play the Heat again. Then we close out with the Warriors. I forget what the game in between is. Or maybe we play the same team next Monday. No, I think we play the Rockets twice next week. Monday and Wednesday, Spurs versus the Rockets in San Antonio, and then close out the season Friday night, the late one at 10 o'clock against the Warriors. I think that's the schedule. I'll be live for all 3 games next Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. That's for sure. I think we're going to have more than one player with 20-plus points. It's your boy Rico. Who are the 2 you're picking? Victor Wembanyama sucks. BBC. What to do with Eric Drowns? Interesting name there, Eric Drowns. So you do not like water, I'm guessing. How do you like your timeout? No negative Well, you can have negative Wemby talk, but come on, I ain't got to go there. Be a little more creative. John, I like what I'm seeing from Wemby. He very well could be rusty. Absolutely. Houston back-to-back. Okay. Victor, KJ, you have 3 people going for 20 or more. I would love to see that. 60 points out of 3 starters is asking a lot. I'm not saying it can't happen. I don't think all 3 will. I think Wemby certainly could. If Calvin ends up coming off the bench, then I could see him being a high volume output for us off the bench, like 17 to 18 a game, but all 3 guys 20 or more, that would really be, it would be something. Wemby needs help on defense. Yeah, I can't argue that Cowboy Carlos. Great channel name, by the way. Use a little help out there. He's going to be our number 1 defender, no doubt. Vassell should be one of our top defenders when it's all said and done after this season. If Kellen starting, his defense can be a little wishy-washy at times. Zach is on and off as well. Jeremy, I think, will be one of our better defenders as the season progresses. Trey, he's undersized, so he's going to struggle against bigger guards. It's just the way it is. Wemby, nice Wembanyama's fingers. Nicely done. We have some guys that can play defense. There's no doubt about it. I don't want to beat up Jeremy Sohan too much for his performance tonight because it is his first game of the preseason. Didn't play in the summer league. It could be some rust. Let's reserve judgment until the end of next week and see if he turns things around a little bit. Vassell, the Spurs gave him a big contract for a reason. They believe in him, and I hope what they believe comes to fruition. I hope he becomes one of our best players. Heck, if he ends up being our best player, then so be it. I expect Wemby to be our best player over the next few years, but if somebody else takes that mantle, then hey, it is what it is. He did have a rough first preseason game, July 26th. He's looking much better tonight. And you're correct, Justin. It doesn't mean much. But as San Antonio Spurs fans know, playing in the preseason and giving up on a play can possibly get you cut by your team. Maybe it wasn't all that one play with former San Antonio Spurs Lucas Salmonich, but that last play before he got cut, or last game where the play where he gave up on a play, I certainly think that was the final nail in the coffin for him. Spurs players are definitely still getting used to Wemby. They look like they don't know what to do sometimes. That could be it too. He's got a unique skill set, unique size. There's going to be an adjustment. But yes, we are a show again. Absolutely. I believe Jeremy Wemby is our next Duncan and Bruce Bowen defensive combo. I'd be okay with that. I'd be certainly fine with that. Who said Devin's a mid-range shooter? Is that what they're saying on the TV right now? I think Devin's pretty much a 3-level scorer. He shows a 3-point shot. He's shown the mid-range game and the short game. While he doesn't get to the rim a lot, he has shown the ability to finish at the rim quite strong. So I think he's a 3-level scorer. I wouldn't say he's just a mid-range shooter. Wemby, Devin, Sohan going to be a force. I'd like to add Kelvin to that. I like to see him in that list. I know a lot of Spurs fans are a little down on Kelvin because his efficiency was not the best last season. And in late game situations when we needed a shot and he took the shot, I believe more often than not, it did not go in. But I think he can thrive as the second option out there, the third option. I think he'll be. I think he'll turn around his performance last season. And it wasn't bad last season. His 3-point shooting was the thing that got wonky last season. Is I believe he was shooting 40% to start the season, and then he just had this long stretch where he couldn't make a shot from anywhere. tanked his three-point percentage over the season, and his overall efficiency went down because of it. I think he'll have a good bounce-back season. I don't want them to pick another point. You want them to pick another point guard? The Spurs? Devin, definitely two-way, three-level scorer. I would agree with that. Reese, I guarantee you this. The team that scores the most points is going to win the game. I'm willing to put money on that. Thank you for stopping in. Everybody's hanging out here tonight on a Friday, and I appreciate you coming in. I figured it'd be a smaller crowd because it's a Friday night and people are out and about. It's Friday the 13th. There's a lot of stuff happening in sports world. I was like, you know what? I want to be live anywhere with our Spurs fans, our Spurs community hangout. And I'm glad I am because we've seen some really fun, great plays tonight. Wemby with, putting on a bit of a show here and there. Vassell's looking great. So, worth it in my opinion. Mind blown. Good evening, Juwan Phipps. Thank you for stopping in. I know that's some really deep analysis by me. Victor's looking great. Isaiah Collier is our future point guard. I've seen people mention his name before. But Victor looks good. Hanover Fist, I think Wemby will play some of the third quarter. Maybe like 5 or 6 minutes, and then I think he'll be done for the night. But who the heck knows? I have no idea what Pop's going to do with his rotations. The Spurs don't play again until Monday, so the team will have Saturday and Sunday off. And I expect Wemby and company, probably a lot of them will play Monday and Wednesday, and then next Friday's game, that will be that'll be deep bench cuts. I hope he's not done for the night either, but we want to be careful with the young man, and don't want to throw him out there. Too many minutes. Playmaker like CP3 and defense like DeJounte. Why am I not the point guard? Well, I'm 46, so that's a major strike right there. I don't think the Spurs need a 46-year-old guy running around with degenerative disc conditions in his neck, occasional sore back. I think that's probably and I have no professional basketball experience, so that's probably why I'm not the point guard. I'm just kind of getting some feelers out there, but that might have something to do with it. I'll be here for both Houston games, and then I'll finish up the night with the Warriors. That's a 10 o'clock game, so I don't have anything going on next Friday as far as I know, and I don't have to get up early next Saturday. I will be getting up early tomorrow for the New York Comic Con, though. I'm excited to check that out. That'll be a lot of fun. And I'm not going for any of the attractions, though. Like the actors, actresses that are going to be there. I can't justify paying the obscene, ridiculous prices that they're charging for autographs and pictures now. I get that they're taking their time out of their day, but also these are your fans out there that have made you millionaires by going to your movies or watching your TV show, and you reward them by charging them $200, $250 or more for just a picture or autograph, not both. I've seen a lot of celebrities on the New York Comic Con site that if you wanted both, you'll pay more than $500 for that. To me, it's just not worth it at all. And people have asked, what's the most you would pay to meet somebody and get an autograph? I don't know what the most is. I have paid $70, $70 or $75 for a picture with Jose Canseco. Feel free to troll me in the chat now. A picture with Jose Canseco, an autograph, an inscription, and part of an hour-long Q&A. To me, that was worth it because that was a package. And something like that, I would pay, if a San Antonio Spurs was doing something like that, I'd be all on board. But to charge, that much money, $400 or $500 or more. I think somebody told me Stallone was at the Comic-Con a few years ago, and he was charging $400 an autograph and $400 a picture. What are you doing? These are your fans that made you who you are. And you're probably making some of them poor just so they can just spend a short moment of their lives with you, somebody that's, and you've done so much for them, entertaining them, and you're just, it bothers me. I'm sorry. I'm way up on a tangent right now. 46 is the new 21. How into the third quarter should be starting any minute now. Any plans to watch the game on site? Christian, do you mean actually going to a Spurs game? I might go to the Spurs Celtics. That's in Boston. That's up in the air right now. I need to check to see if tickets are available. Keep forgetting to do that. Possibly going to the Spurs in Texas at the end of the season. Keep forgetting to get my plane ticket because right now I have a $400 credit with Delta Airlines and I need to use that. I really should do that this weekend. Thank you, Crypto Keeper. It's great to be back. Stanley broke. Asset seized. What? Robert, what are you talking about? My brother and I paid to get a pic with Stanley at a con. That's it. What was Stanley charging? Rest in peace, Stan. I think it's just an American thing. One of my team's best player, Anna Reeves, spent 2 hours taking photos with fans, etc. for free. Not necessarily an American thing. I think it's a Comic-Con thing, Reese, because my buddy Jeff and I have been to a few UFC events this year, and we got pictures. We got a few of the UFC fighters. They're giving out free autographs. We got actually we got current champ Sugar Shane O'Malley. We got his autograph and a picture with him for free. We met a few other fighters that are lesser known, but Sean O'Malley would be the most well-known fighter we've met. Picture and autograph for free. We got a ton of pictures with other UFC fighters, not autographs, just pictures. Frankie Edgar, I got a picture with, UFC Hall of Famer. I'm trying to think who else we got pictures with. I'm drawing a total blank right now. But the UFC has their fan events where everything is free. And then these Comic-Cons just... I remember going to them 20 years ago when they weren't cool and getting a picture and autograph with Lou Ferrigno for $10. Picture and autograph with Doug Bradley, Pinhead, for $10. Autograph, it was $10 each, but $20 for an autograph and picture from Mick Foley. And the price is just skyrocketed. Yes, Spurs tickets have skyrocketed since Wemby. How about this for a Wemby stat? On the floor, Spurs are plus 16. Off the floor, minus 13. The Wemby effect is there. Any thoughts on Jimmy Butler's hair? Looked great. Amazing. I think it was like 100 before the COV to the ID. Okay. I want to thank Primo for flashing his stuff to every woman in the San Antonio Spurs organization. Without his service, I've gotten a Wemby. Oh my gosh, that's horrible. That's funny, but I'm trying not to laugh because that's actually a good one. Creative. As a creative troll, Liam. That was good. Llama. Liam, those 2 L's or an L and an I? It looks like it's an L and 2 L's on my screen. It is Heat ball, by the way, to start off the third quarter. My God, it's empty in San Antonio. Ball's going to go out of bounds. It'll stay with the Heat. Where did Did that move again? Oh, it did move. Oh, I'm in the box. Wait, what? Did I mess up my thingy? What did I do? Where did that... Oh, I clicked on box score. Wait, I'm on Gamecast. What happened? I know what I did. Messed everything up is what I did. I don't have the quarter running. I don't have the score updated. I screwed up my window by... When I was looking around at the scores, I moved everything around. All right. My apologies. We're good. My score is way... My clock is way behind. I'll get it fixed. It's 61 to 58. My score is apparently wrong, too. All right. Spurs ball, missed shot. Jeremy Sohan with the offensive rebound. Gets it out to Wemby. Wemby's going to start to drive. Loses the ball. And that's going to be Heat ball. The crowd is weird. Wemby with the pull-up jumper, by the way, in that previous bucket that I was fooling around with over here. Missed a jumper. Oh, wait, I cut off the fourth spot again. Oh, Devin, what am I doing to you? Oh, the struggle's real tonight. Tied game after 3, and TSR's in preseason mode, apparently. Why don't I see him? Oh my goodness. What is happening here? There we go. Jeez Louise, TSR. Alright, there we go. Ball's going to go out of bounds. We're going to have a whistle, and we had a lot of pointing, and it's going to stay with the Heat. We can't even fit all Wemby's name on here. Or Wemby. It was over just a little bit. There we go. Hope I don't have to move that again every game. Quick pull-up 3 after the inbound pass is good, and the Heat have taken the lead 64 to 61. as the Spurs have gone into full preseason mode, apparently. The Sports Critic, happy Friday 13th to you. How's going on? Our Giants stink. When he tries a reverse, doesn't go, we got a whistle. Joe, good evening. Thank you for stopping in. I mean, I'm always excited for UFC. Wemby's going to go to the line for 2 shots after the free throw. I hope the Spurs fans show up during the regular. They will. They have to. First free throw is good. I saw you stream one game, the Sports Critic. Are you going to do any more? By the way, if there's any Giants fans in the chat, my man, the Sports Critic, is also a Giants fan. Unfortunately for both of us, they're terrible. But he also streams Orlando Magic games if you're looking to follow the Orlando Magic's young roster and St. Louis Cardinals. You know, their season's over. Sure, check them out. Good dude. No, the Spurs will never leave San Antonio. At least I hope not. 64-63, it is Heat ball. Duncan Robinson for 3, good. Duncan Robinson, the only Heat player I pretty much recognize. No, he is the only Heat player I recognize besides Justin Champagnie. It is Spurs ball down by 4. Vassell, quick 3, good. Man, Vassell is shooting lights out tonight from beyond the arc. No Daniel Jones this week. I don't even know what to say to that. We're going to get crushed by Buffalo. We're going to get annihilated. Heat ball, up by 1. Smith with the ball. Gets in the paint, gets stripped, and almost stolen. We're going to have a foul, I think. Yep, we're going to have a foul. The Spurs better never move to Las Vegas. That would be the absolute worst case scenario. I would not follow them if they were the Las Vegas Spurs. I'll be honest. I'd be like, I'm out. I'm a San Antonio Spurs fan, not a Las Vegas Spurs fan. I would be done at that point. Spurs ball to get the ball to Jeremy Sohan. Sohan out on 3-point land. Sohan looking for a pick and roll. No pick, no roll. Going to get it to Bassey. Bassey drops it off to Vassell. Vassell's going to drive in the paint. Gets it to Wemby. Wemby with the reach over everybody dunk. Wemby just used that crazy length and just threw it. What in the... Thunder dunk of justice by Wemby. That is Jason from Freddy versus Jason. Good eye, Amir. Wow. That is going to make some highlight reels tomorrow. Duncan Robinson with the 3 off of the screen. Good. Duncan Robinson starting to light up the Spurs. That was a great Wemby jam. Henry, good evening to you. Wemby's looking great tonight. The rest of the team, well, Vassell's looking great. The rest of the guys, a little bit hit or miss here and there. Sohan trying to get into Wemby. Wemby will get the ball in the post. 10 on the shot clock. Wemby back to Sohan. Sohan in the paint with the layup. Good. The Spurs are going to have many opportunities for give and goes and open threes like that. With Wemby drawing double teams, that's just going to open up the floor for so many other Spurs, which is why I think Kellen, Devin, and company are going to have a great year with Wemby on the court. Highsmith for 3, no good. The Heat really do love launching threes, I got to say. It's incredible how many threes they're launching. But we're right there with him. Wemby with the ball again. Spin move in the post. Gets double teamed, and he does lose the ball there. And we're going to have a foul against Osman. I hate the Heat go Spurs. Yet San Antonio Spurs fans have no love for the Miami Heat Sports Critic or Ray Allen. That's all I'll say on that. In 2 more years, it's over. In 2 more years, that the Spurs are a championship contender again, I'd be okay with that. Is the movie critic ever coming back, Amir? I know I ask you every time I see you. But a good chance him coming back is stuck in the 80s, right? He's going to stay stuck in the 80s. He's going to stay stuck off YouTube. Or he's staying. Heat ball, 70 all. 7 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. Nice spin move and a huge dunk by Bryant in the paint. He gets loose on the Spurs. Cole Swider. I don't know who Cole Swider is. Are you thinking? Oh, are you? I guess it's kind of tough when, you know, Hollywood was on strike for so long. Sohan with the miss, gets his own miss and put back and 1. My clock is way ahead. I will fix that. Tied at 72. So with a free throw coming up can give us the lead. I tried doing 2 YouTube channels at once. It's so time consuming. So time consuming. And I had the music channel, and I've tried a video game channel. I tried a whole channel. I tried little channels on the side just to, kind of branch out and try. I like being creative. And I'll never say never that I wouldn't start a second YouTube channel again. But I like where I am right now. This channel's doing pretty well. I think it's going to grow a lot this season with Wemby. I like where we are, should I say, as a channel. It seems, it's going to grow a lot with Wemby. I will probably still putting music on the channel. Sports-related music only. I love making music. Hopefully you all enjoy it to some degree. I know it's not for everybody because it's metal. And hopefully you do enjoy that part of our channel. And I just... I don't know what I would do as a second channel at this point, if anything. That Wemby hammer was something. Jeremy Sohan's a one-handed free throw shooter. GSG to you, T Flowers. Nova Legion, good evening to you. Hopefully you're all having a wonderful Friday evening or Saturday morning, wherever you may be. And it's been a fun game. And the story of the game for the Spurs tonight is Devin Vassell and Victor Wembanyama. Vassell is shooting lights out from 3. I think he's like 6 or 7 from beyond the arc, and Wemby's just doing a little bit of everything. Hitting threes, hitting mid-range jumpers, blocking shots, and he's had multiple dunks tonight. All right. Hi to Jason. Hey, it's Friday the 13th. I want to do something different. Rich, I think a second channel would burn you out and take away from this. Yes. That's the other thing, too. I really could go for some notches, though. A second channel would burn me out. It has in the past. I just don't have the free time. I've been very busy the last few months and trying to squeeze a second channel. That's actually what I think one of the reasons I got rid of the second channel is like I don't have time. And I love making music, and I can do that here, but it just needs to be sports related. You can't have anything political in it or anything sketchy or racy or out there. Just sing about music. And, that could be a way to do Giants content again. I could sing about how awful they are. I probably should do a Giants suck song again because they suck. Rich is the backup shooting guard for the Spurs. I mean, I'd like that. Yeah, the Heat and Spurs don't get it at Sports Break, not at all. So, Rich, why do you think the Spurs would never move? It's my Spurs heart saying that. There's always a chance a team can move. And there's a few, I think, in sports that will never move. The Boston Red Sox, New York Yankees, those type of Chicago Cubs. I don't think those type of teams are going anywhere. Well, those are big market teams, too. Your big market teams are probably not going anywhere. The Spurs are still considered a small market team. Could they move? Maybe someday. I don't think they would leave Texas. I think they would stay in Texas. I don't think they would go to Vegas. Why not upload everything on one channel? It doesn't make much sense to make all these other channels for one type of content, to be honest. What do you mean, Wancho Joshi? Oh, you know what? I've tried doing different stuff on this channel in the past, and it screws up the algorithm. And this is still, there's a one-handed free throw, and it's good. I don't want to put content on the channel that you guys don't want to watch. And going too far off from the NBA or the Spurs. I do have a crowd. We have a crowd that does seem to like some of the music, so I do enjoy putting that up. But putting like video game content up on here, I know. I get what you're saying. This channel was at one point called TSR Sports and Entertainment, and I was putting up other stuff that was not sports related, but it just never worked for us on this channel. When we go too far off into the beaten path, it just seems to always backfire, and I don't want to do that again. I've made that mistake far too many times. 73-72, my clock wasn't running. My apologies. I got it running now. It is Spurs ball. Sohan wide open for 3. Didn't take it. Gets the ball. Throws it back to Devin Vassell. 6 on the shot clock. Devin might launch a long 3. Devin takes off. Turnaround jumper. Short. It was not a 3-point attempt, by the way. It was a 2-point attempt. And it is Heat ball. Halfway through the third quarter. Heat are down by 1. I guess the one thing I would be a little concerned with is this is pretty much all backups for the Heat. And we have quite a few starters and main bench guys for the Spurs playing tonight. And we are struggling against this Heat team. I mean, I haven't heard a lot. Oh, Wemby with a huge block out of nowhere. What happened to Daniel Jones? He hurt his neck, and he sucks. On top of that, I wish him well with his injuries, though. Vegas and Seattle expansions? Okay. Austin will never get an NBA team. After the block, the inbound pass, 3-point attempt, no good. Ball goes out of bounds, and it will... Is that a foul on the Spurs? Oh, foul on Jeremy Sohan, apparently. Austin drive to base every day for it. You don't think Austin would ever get a team? There's games in Mexico now too. I mean, I think the Spurs organization really wants to stay in Texas, and I could see them playing more games outside of San Antonio, in Mexico or Austin, but I don't think they're leaving Texas. Just my 2 cents. That 3-point attempt is no good by Duncan Robinson. A scramble for the rebound, and the Heat get it back. 12 on the shot clock, and the offense will quickly reset. Robinson thinks about another 3, passes it off, and that 3-point attempt is in and out and in. Heat take the lead by 2, 75-73. The Kings go to Vegas, and the Kings are finally good now, too. That would crush the Kings fans. They finally have turned that franchise around after almost 2 games of... Wemby with the ball in the paint. Turnaround jumper is... Wemby has shown us a little bit of everything tonight. The lineups are all over the place. But still, we're playing backups in G League guys. I'd expect us to be up by more. That's all. Turnover by the Heat goes out of bounds. I'm glad the national TV audience gets to see Wemby tear it up tonight. Dylan, I thought the new City jerseys, it was leaked. I don't know if the Spurs are actually doing it, but they were brown and white jerseys, like an old throwback to the 60s. Wemby on the bench. Wemby rocking a 23-4-4-4 line. 23 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, and 4 blocks. Not too shabby. Spurs ball, and we have a whistle, and that's going to go against San Antonio. Wemby really showing us a lot tonight. It is the Hemisphere row throwbacks? Okay. Need another rebound. The Hornets couldn't... Yeah, you're right, Moncho. They could use one. And Zach, I agree. And now whistle on the Heat. And it'll be Spurs ball. Love Pussycats, good evening. I can't wait for the season to start as well. It's going to be a fun season. Wemby is just looking absolutely fantastic. And yeah, it's going to be amazing. It's going to be great. Let me get my chat up. I got to shut down a little bit. All right. Trey Jones down 3-point land. 5 on the shot clock. Trey's going to drive. Off-balance jumper is good. Or runner. Floater. Rich, a Giant show take a lot of maintenance. Just put an L. Wearing a... Yeah. I have not... I should just do songs on the Giants. I feel like I should grab my acoustic guitar and occasionally just whip out a quick song about how bad they are. Wouldn't be hard. Spurs ball, Champagne with a very bad-looking 3. Hey, we got a Blake Wesley sighting. Blake Wesley is checked in for the first time tonight. I really want to see him play well this preseason. He had a rough summer league at times. I'm still rooting for him. Some Spurs fans have said they're ready to move on. He was a first-round pick last year. I'm not ready to give up on him yet. Let's see what he does this year, next year, and if he's just hasn't developed at all, then we can talk about moving on. But right now, way too early, still very young. It is Heat ball. I think it's flying in my face. Bassey with another block, and now Bassey with the steal. Wesley on the run on the fast break. Throws it up off the glass, no good. I just thought, ooh, that's got to be a charge. A block? Oh. Blocking on Trey Jones. Looks like Wemby. Yeah, I think Wemby might be done for tonight. Joe Potts with a $5 super chat says, "What's up, my man? Go Spurs, go!" Well, I got to give one to you. Go Spurs, go! Thank you for supporting the channel. Greatly appreciate that. Hopefully, you're having a good night. Joe Rain is a 46-year fan. I'm 46 years old. And we're going to have a timeout. TSR is a big fan of the... What? When they lose. Okay. Fan of the Red Sox when they lose. Yeah, I can't stand the Red Sox. I don't know if they're the franchise I dislike the most. They're up there. The Patriots are up there. And the Lakers are up there now. And the Lakers weren't there before, but just with this super team thing they've been trying the last few years, it's really just made me not like the organization. Or LeBum, for that matter. LaChina or whatever you guys are calling him these days. I don't know. LaFlop. I like LaFlop. Wemby's done. He went to the locker room. Hopefully he's not injured, Joshua. Yes, CB. 4 blocks. He is ridiculous. I was just saying I wanted to see Blake Wesley do well. And he comes out on a fast break and not what we were looking for in the fast break. I will agree with that, Zach. The failure on the super team with the Lakers, I mean, the Russell Westbrook experiment has got to be one of the biggest failures of a super team of all time. LeBron James, Anthony Davis, and Russell Westbrook. If I told you 5 years ago the 3 of them will team up one year and not even make the play-in, you would think I was nuts. Now, granted, there were injuries that season, but still, you would think I was crazy if they wouldn't even make the play-in. Correct me if I'm wrong, wasn't it our Spurs that knocked them out of that play-in? Unbelievable. Devin he was hitting threes left and right. That's right, 23, 4, 4, and 4. That's the rebounds are a little on the light side. Oh, can I heart super chats? Oh, apparently I can click on your super chat and put a TSR logo. I guess that's a new thing. Okay. Okay. YouTube making changes, and I'm not knowing what the heck they are. When you probably have to take a poop. If you had a veteran to play on the Spurs, who would I choose? Like any veteran right now? Giannis Antetokounmpo. I wouldn't mind seeing him on the front line with the Wemby. No, Jesus Crust. He can't finish at the rim. I've said it multiple times on this channel. Blake, for whatever reason, just when he gets in the paint, he gets blocked more than probably the most I've seen somebody get blocked since I started this channel, at least. Blake is just a younger, shorter Lonnie Walker. I don't think that's a compliment. Wemby plus 13, not surprised. Out of last year's draft, Sony and Malika, Brandon were doing good, but yes, Wesley's certainly falling behind the two of them if we're comparing the 3 players. I think Wemby might be done, unless he is indeed pooping. I don't think that's the case. Spurs up 77-75, under 3 minutes to go. That's another 3. Snyder for 3. He does look kind of like Duncan Robinson a little bit. You guys are right. Spurs down by 1. Trey Jones with the ball right now starts to drive. His quick pull-up J is good. And I'm not on my scoreboard. And I am now. 79-78. Snyder for 3 again. No good. Fight for the board. And the Heat get the rebound. And the turnaround J is good by Robinson. Heat back up by 1 as the teams are now going back and forth on the scoreboard. It is the third quarter. 2 minutes to go, Zach.
2 minutes remaining.
No, he doesn't, Joe. He needs to body off his defenders, and he does not at all yet. Julian Champagnie into the paint. No good. Airball that may have been partially blocked. Under 2 minutes to go. Heat up by 1. Smith with the jumper, no good. And Spurs on the run. Blake will get up to Trey Jones. Why are we running 2 point guards right now? Bassey with a little short jumper at the rim. Good. 81-80. The new CBA and Adam Silver cracking on load management. I wonder how will that affect the games played by Wemby. Do the Spurs... It's not going to affect Wemby at all. Will not. Derek, it's only players that are considered all-stars. Doesn't affect any of the San Antonio Spurs. Snyder for 3 again, no good. Trey Jones with the rebound. So the Spurs, that new load management rule does not affect anybody on the team. It affects players like LeBron James, Kevin Durant, Kawhi Leonard. You know, the guys that have been in the league. Chris Paul. Well, Chris Paul, no. So Steph Curry. I think it's not current. Anytime you were an All-Star, maybe? Champagne for 3, no good. I don't think it's current All-Stars. Maybe any... I don't know. I'd have to look at the rule. I don't remember if it's current or if you've ever been an All-Star. But LeBron, Giannis, Durant, Curry, those type of players, it will definitely affect. Turnover for the Spurs. Blake Leslie with the ball. Gets it over to Malachi Brandon. Brandon in the paint. Back to Wesley. Wesley with a little jumper. 83-80. It pretty much is a Kawhi Leonard rule. I think Wemby had 23 once, so 23, 4, 4, and 4. 4 rebounds, 4 assists, and 4 blocks, I believe, was his final line. I don't think he's coming back. That run on the paint is good, and Spurs are up by 1. I ain't saying anything about shooting here. Not saying a darn thing. Brandon way out in three-point land, standing on the Spurs logo right now. Spins around, goes up, takes a 3, good. All right, we'll take that. Let me making the All-Star game? I mean, I'd be fine with that. Quick bucket in the paint the other way, and the Spurs have 0.8 seconds to try to do nothing. Do something! Do something! Do something! 86-84, and it's turned into a high-scoring affair. Spurs up by 2. First home game of the preseason. Their next 2 games are in the preseason. So if you are new to the channel, we have a wonderful San Antonio Spurs community. Would love to have you join it. We like to hang out during the games, talk about the Spurs, talk about what's happening with them. I also do random videos throughout the week here and there. We'll probably see more during the regular season. And, great Spurs Nation, if you will. Will Wemby bring the Spurs back to relevance? Wonder if we'll see more of Selena's... Oh, more of Selena? You mean, who, this person? Yes, you do have to play in 65 games. So if Wemby doesn't play in at least 65 games, he's not eligible for Rookie of the Year. And I guess the all-time leader in plus-minus? They didn't have plus-minus back in Wilt and Bill Russell's day. I don't believe. Plus-minus all-time leader. I mean, I feel like it's going to be one of the greatest of all time. Like Jordan, maybe Duncan on there. I know David Robinson's like second all time. I think wins against replacement player behind Jordan. But I honestly don't know the answer. By the way, since we're taking a lead into the fourth quarter, Spurs go. And if you ain't down with that, Norris. And if you enjoyed your Chuck, please hit the thumbs up. I don't know. Chet Holmgren, 16, 4, and 3. Yeah, Jason, do something. What happens if no rookie plays 65 games? Will there be a Rookie of the Year? Is Duncan the highest plus-minus of all time? I didn't know that. I guess nobody would be Rookie of the Year, Miguel. You got to think at least one rookie would play at least 65 games. There's a report that Rookie of the Year award is a... Oh, you don't need to play 65. Oh, I didn't know that. Wemby all-defensive first team? It's possible. Not an easy task as a rookie. It's certainly possible. Yeah, rest no more than one star player from you. For purposes of the restrictions, a star player is defined as someone who has been an all-star or an NBA... Okay, all-NBA selection in the past 3 years. Okay, so if you're an all-star a decade ago, the rule does not apply to you. Got it. Pop being interviewed right now, being Pop. Thank you, Zach. Appreciate the clarification on that, by the way. How do you think Monday's night, his night tonight? I think he looked great both nights. I think he looked better tonight. I think he missed a few threes, but otherwise, I mean, he's throwing it down. I like what I'm seeing out of Wemby, and he's only going to get better. That's the thing. As much as we like what we're seeing out of Wemby right now, he's only going to get better. Wemby will be the first. Wemby. Oh, Pop, what are you doing back on my screen? Trades? Yeah, I don't know. We need to still make a cut. We're still one over on the roster. It's got to be Khem Birch. Unless there's some kind of shocking trade before the season starts. Like Wesley drives, kicks it out to Champagny. Champagny, I think, got blocked. Yeah, he had to have. That arc looked way wrong. And it is Heat ball down by 2. And they're going to throw it into the Spurs bench. And that's turnover. Champagny versus Champagny. I should have had them both on the thumbnail, right? Maybe not. People will probably think, why do you have the same guy on there twice wearing different uniforms? I didn't know. Barlow pull-up jumper good from the free throw line. Something we saw him work a lot on, or do a lot of in the Summer League. Mr. Coffee. It is Heat ball. Robinson drives on Barlow, misses the shot. Barlow with the rebound, gets it to Blake Wesley. Wesley will bring it up for the Spurs. And Osman for 3, good. Beat Crypto? Hopefully the Spurs. All right, Zach, since you asked for it, I'll show you the game.
Sucker!
And we have a buck in the paint by, I don't know. Devontae Graham sighting for the Spurs, rocking the headband. Champagny drives, goes for a huge dunk, gets fouled. He'll go to the line for 2. And he's playing right now, J Money. Devontae Graham just came in the game. As soon as you said it, he's now playing. I'll just imagine that is Champagny behind the mask. Okay. Wait, SmackDown's in San Antonio? Crystal, I mean, he's probably out for the game just because of, being preseason. I hope he's not hurt. Coming up next, the Lakers on ESPN2. Then Sunday, the Lakers. The next 3 games, Warriors, Lakers, Lakers, Warriors. I'm so glad the same teams get shoved down our throat all the time. It really makes me want to watch it. 92-86. But no disrespect to Lakers and Warriors fans, but man, I get they draw ratings, but still. Justin Champagny with the ball, passes it out. 10 minutes to go, Spurs up by 6. Snyder for 3, way off. Just a bit outside. And it is Spurs ball. Osman at 3-point land will start to take off. Hit to Devontae Graham. 14 on the shot clock for Graham and company. Graham looking for pick and roll, doesn't get it. Tries to get into Barlow, bad pass, and that's going to be a turnover for San Antonio Heat ball. Victor is a definition of winner. I hope you're right. During the trade, that's a good question, Derek. I really have no idea. We have 1 million draft picks, so who the heck knows? Osman seems to, sounds like he wants to be here and help contribute to the team, and I'm all in on that. Wesley off balance jumper, no good, and he will go to the line for 2. The Lakers and Warriors should be, are the main guys playing J Money? Is LeBron playing? Steph Curry? I can't imagine they are. Anthony Davis? I would not play Davis in the preseason as fragile as he is. Oh, I missed a point by the Heat. My bad. First free throw for the Spurs is good, 93-89. Victorious Victor. You can't spell victorious without Victor. Or you can't spell victory without Victor. Thank you, Alexander. It's great to be back with the Spurs community, hanging out with you guys, talking about the games, calling the games, watching the game, having a water. Second free throw. Praising the team when they do well and calling them out when there's something that's boneheaded. I like what I've seen in Wemby. Hope LeBron doesn't step on Wemby's feet. Bacon Bits, hope you're doing well. Thank you for stopping in. Anthony Davis is always in street clothes. Fair. Osman, off-balance jumper in the paint, good. This might be the biggest lead of the night for the Spurs. 7 points. Maybe? Maybe? Probably? No? Not at all? I don't know. He are down by 7 with under 9 minutes to go. And now we have a whistle, and that's going to go against the Heat. Spurs ball on the turnover. Yes, he does, Greg. Oop. I think we got something special with Wemby. I really do. I mean, which, duh. I mean, Sissoko checks in for the Spurs. I'm very high on him. I don't think he'll get much playing time this season, but I think there's a lot of potential there. Mamu's checked in as well for San Antonio. Osman with the ball way out in three-point land will start to drive. Gets into Barlow. Barlow's turnaround, Jay, from the post is good. And Barlow really showing off that short mid-range game that he showed us in the Summer League. He could be one of those diamonds in the rough, if you will. Got to miss 3 in the putback by... I don't know who these freaking Heat players are. I know it's Spurs ball. Osman for 3, no good. 98-91, 8 minutes to go. Curry is playing. Good evening, Mars. Thank you for stopping in. Vassell and Wemby are going to be lethal. I think we're going to be surprising people this year. Barlow with the steal, takes it coast to coast, drives in the paint, layup. Wow, Dominic Barlow showing some stuff here in well, I don't want to say garbage time, but fourth quarter. It's not a blowout. Hey, Moni, thank you for stopping in. And we have a timeout. Wiggins, Clay, CP3. Okay. You just bought 4 Wemby jersey? Nice, Zach. For the San Antonio folks in the house, JC, that's probably a lot of us. I don't think there's any Heat fans. I don't think I've seen one Heat fan stopping tonight. Now, if I was a Heat fan, I probably wouldn't pay attention in this game myself because there's Liquid IV commercial. I've been using that stuff. Works pretty well. I know I mentioned dehydrated, not from electrolytes, just not having enough liquid in me. Hope you're all doing well, though. Appreciate all the support. Appreciate the thumbs ups. Appreciate the hanging outs. And thank you all for being a part of the channel. I did not see the Chiefs game last night. What was I doing? I put it on for a little while. I think I shut it off because I just really didn't care about Denver. And when I shut it off, Russell Wilson was playing terribly. He was like 5 of 8 for 18 yards or something. I don't even know who won last night. I hate to say it. I don't know. No idea who won. I'm assuming the Chiefs won. Right? No? Yes? Russell Wilson had been playing well this year, too, and after a terrible first season in Denver last year, but man, Denver just... I don't know what happened last night. The Chiefs happened. Is John Cena on a TV show now with a bunch of people I've never heard of? Wipeout with John Cena? That's what he's doing now? Okay. Chiefs won 19. Wow. That's a low-scoring game. That's fair bacon. First score since 1927, a game ended 19-8. France jersey 3 sport. Wow, Joe, good for you, man. Reggie's tiers, Western Conference. They have the Spurs nowhere. They're not in first tier. They're not in second tier. And then who to watch? Mavericks and Rockets. 11 teams listed there. And the Spurs are not there. Who to watch? Wemby? Anybody, Reggie? I can get John Starks to headbutt you again. You get that reference. Good for you. That's disappointing. Who to watch? The Spurs, a young, up-and-coming team with a possible generational talent in Wemby, and they're not a team to watch? Reggie's tiers do suck. No, Zach. I'm pretty much done with Apex Legends. I played maybe a month ago. I had to delete it because I did get back on Game Pass. I'm on Game Pass Core, though, which is the equivalent of Xbox Live Gold, but I downloaded some of the games on there to play with my friends like Fallout 76 or solo Fallout 4, and my hard drive just filled up so fast because I have an Xbox Series S. I literally do not have room for Apex. It's a good game. It's just my friends play ranked, and they've been playing, like, I have 4 days worth of playtime in the game. My friends have over 110 days. It's different. I don't want to put the time in to get good at the game. Long three is no good. It's going to be Spurs. Well, Spurs were up by 9. Fast break down the Barlow. He get back in transition. And the Spurs offense will reset with 16 on the shot clock. Sissoko almost loses the ball. Gets it back over to Blake Wesley. Wesley over to Devontae Graham. Graham thinks about a 3 and steps out of bounds instead. And the disrespect is real. I hope the right hand over fist. The Rockets do have a lot of talent. They do. We have a Hulk. Snyder's going to drive in the paint, misses a layup. Mamu with the rebound, gets to Devontae Graham. Graham bringing up the court for the Spurs. Back to Mamu, back to Graham. And he'll just take the long shot and not make it. Interesting, we've had 2 point guards on the court at the same time for good portions of the second half. Devontae Graham and Blake Wesley out on the court right now. Pop is also running Blake and Trey. Nice drive and layup. Heat down by 7, 6.5 minutes to go. Wemby's been great, Fred. He's been fantastic. What player do you like the most in the NBA for his actions on the court? Actions on the court? I'll say, here's what I don't like. LeBron James is a freaking tank and a phenomenal basketball player. And the ridiculous amount of flopping I've seen by him in his career, it just rubs me the wrong way. Heat ball, and that's turnover, Spurs ball. Wesley will bring it up for San Antonio under 6 minutes to go, up by 7. Wesley drives in the paint and misses a layup. But he is going to get fouled. I mean, we can name a lot of guys that are dirty, too. As now that I'm thinking about it, I mentioned LeBron, but there's actually now their names jumping up in there. Yeah, there's other players. Yeah, shoot, I can't think of his name. He used to play for the Clippers. Who's that little pest that used to play for the Clippers? He's not in there anymore. Ah, shoot, Reggie. Nah, I'm drawing a blank on his name. I can't think of his name. I'm drawing a blank. Not the Clippers anymore, but annoying as heck point. I think he's a point guard, a guard that I can't remember his name. Yes, Patrick Beverly. Thank you. You got it, Mike. Patrick Beverly. He's one of those guys that just. Yeah, he's one. Mamo for 3. Good. Spurs with a double-digit lead, 104-93 with 5.5 minutes to go. Matt Barnes. Russell Wilson for Dak. Cowboys fans, you don't want Russell Wilson at this point in his career. You wanted him 6 years ago, 10 years ago. Long three's no good, and it is Spurs ball. Wesley flying up the court with the ball, a little out of control, gets over to Graham. Graham going to go around the world. Sissoko with the ball, drives to the paint. Back over to Barlow for 3. What? Somebody Barlow for 3. They should crack down the flopping, Zach. Wait, are the Spurs playing on Halloween night? Snyder for 3, good. 4:44 to go. Who's the brothers there? Morris? Is it Marcus Morris and who's the other one? They kind of seem like bungholes. I think they're kidding. I think they were kidding. Not happening. We have a foul on the Heat. Just came back, said that Mama don't play and Vicar needs more rebounds, honestly, but he's playing great. Considering Wemby's height, you'd like to see him get more rebounds, but he's playing so well. His line is 23, 4, and 4. Barlow with a huge block from behind in the fast break for the Heat after the turnover, but it was blocked out of bounds. We have a foul before that. We have 2 free throws coming up for the Heat. LeBron and AD will play. Barlow's shown us something. He has grown a lot. And I don't mean in stature. I mean in his game from where he was last year to this season. I believe he's on a 2-way contract again. So I don't think he's going to get a lot of time. Diallo at the line. Check Diallo at the line for 2. Spent last season playing in Puerto Rico and somewhere else. I couldn't get a chance to read it before they took drive it down, but the Spurs are up by 10. Much better game from Vassell, Toby. Much better. He had a fantastic game tonight. Was shooting lights out from beyond the arc. Wemby is a Space Jam alien. Both free throws good. 107-98. Blake Wesley out in three-point lane right now. Smoke him if you got him again. Gets it over to Devontae Graham. Graham's going to drive baseline. Gets into Mamu in traffic. Mamu over to Barlow. Barlow with the jumper. No good. Fight for the board. Barlow can't get his own rebound. And it'll be heat ball. I can't stand flopping in any sport. I tried watching Premier League when I started this channel in 2019, and I enjoyed some of it. But, man, the way these guys would just like nudge just a little and then act like they got shot out of a cannon just drove me crazy. You know, Vassell's contract, at first glance, it's easy to think maybe he got overpaid. And it's a lot bigger than Kellen's contract, which is what I think you're gonna go to with. If you're looking at similar, a contract you thought might be similar, his is much higher. That being said, they locked him up for 5 years. The NBA salary cap is going to increase every year, so when it's all said and done, it'll probably be a good contract if he lives up to the expectations the Spurs see in him. And if he plays like he did tonight every night, then yes, he's definitely going to exceed those expectations. Ball's been good in limited time. Both free throws good. 107-100 under 4 minutes to go. Would I rather have a pet dragon or pet dinosaur? Dragon. Dragon, absolutely a dragon. Dragon can fly, can breathe fire. Barlow pull-up jumper from the free throw line is short. Heat ball. Well, I didn't say I liked it. We have a drive and an awkward layup, but it's good, and the Heat are now only down by 5. Manu brought over the Euro step, but yeah, he maybe flopped a bit. Barlow drives in the paint, and he's going to get fouled. James Harden is lazy on defense, and he travels and flops. Watch out. I just started watching Jack Ryan. I tried watching it a month ago, and I didn't really enjoy it. I only made halfway through the first episode. It turns out Amazon Prime started me on the first episode of the 4th season, which is probably why I was a little lost. So now I started from season 1, and I've watched the first 3 episodes, and I've enjoyed it. I don't watch a lot of TV shows. I also, it's on hiatus right now. I watch Superman and Lois on the CW. I really enjoy that. And that's probably all I'm watching right now. Superman and Lois when it's back on, and then right now I'm watching Jack Ryan, which is only, I think, like 4 seasons, 8 episodes a season, so I should be able to get through that fairly quickly. I'll watch like 1 episode a day. I don't remember Kobe or Jordan flopping. Yes, Wemby does move like a guard. Absolutely. Braun and AD are playing tonight. I'm kind of surprised. Wemby's Nike sneakers are silver and black. Bears versus a lion. A bear versus a lion? Or do you mean the Bears versus the Lions, like the NFL team? Blake Wesley's not it. The guy? Not yet. We're going to a commercial break, by the way. Spurs are up 109-102. We're a little over 3 minutes to go. Appreciate everybody hanging out tonight. If you have not hit the thumbs up yet, I would appreciate you doing so. It does help the channel. And go Spurs go. I didn't even yell it. Flopping's not good for your physical health. Yeah. I mean, yes, there's social media now. Kobe played during a social media era, not to the level LeBron does, but there's certainly social media around a little bit later after his work. No. MySpace was kind of the first most social media thing that I remember. Wow, the game just came back and jumped ahead like 10 seconds. That's a 3 for the Spurs. Didn't see who shot it. Not gonna lie, didn't see who shot it, but we're back up by 10. MySpace was what, early 2002, 2003, somewhere around there? So yeah, actually, never mind. Middle of Kobe's career, social media started getting going. Of course, there was no Twitter way back then. Flopping is good for their future acting careers. Well, that is a fact. It'll be interesting to see how that plays out this season with the no flopping rule. Was 2004 MySpace? I remember the first social media I got on was MySpace, and then Facebook. Would you consider YouTube social media? Because I originally got on YouTube in December of 2006 when I was doing small, independent, low-budget comedy horror films. Absolutely terrible, terrible movies with my friends. Horrible movies. Didn't know what I was doing. Didn't know what tags were. Wasn't putting up good thumbnails. Just the channel was a disaster. And, you know, got this channel rolling in April 5th, I think, 2019. And it's been a fun ride ever since. But was on YouTube for a long time. And just sucking at it. That should be a good game. Seeing their debut Sunday. Whoever they're playing. Well, maybe it won't be a good game based on their debut. And your boy Rico, Monday's game was Spursy. The Spurs had the lead, and then just the lead had slowly evaporated, and then it was gone. America Online. You've got mail. That was my first that was my first service provider. I think it was like $10 a month back in the day, and like I would connect at like 31 kps or whatever it was, and then sometimes at 48. I'm like, whoa, I got really fast internet today. I connected at 48. Never connected at 56. Had a 56k modem. Never saw 56 on that little thing that showed you what your speed was when you were connecting. Good old America Online. Back in the day. Not a fan of uniforms, Joe. CB, I have no idea what's going on in the MLB right now. I'm so out of it. Somebody mentioned Rangers and Astros as the Lakers. Are they in the World Series? And then it didn't hit me as I was saying it that they're both in the American League. The Astros were in the National League at one point. That's my defense. And I just clearly was thinking they still were, even though they're not. Thank you, Mr. Scotch Crotch. You know, this should be a fun season for us as a Spurs community where we're going to draw some new fans in of the team. I'd really like to hit 25,000 subscribers. I'd like us to hit 25,000 subscribers by the end of the season. End of the year. End of the season, definitely, but it'd be nice by the end of this year if we hit that. That's going to be tough in only 2 months and still needing about 4,600-ish. Not impossible. If Wemby versus like the Lakers and Spurs, like Lakers and Warriors, and those high-profile matchups, if Wemby brings in some viewers for that, we could hit it. Not likely, but I'm hopeful. Thank you, Christopher. Gave me 2 thumbs up. There'll be other channels streaming the Spurs occasionally. When the Spurs play the Lakers and Warriors, there'll be other teams streaming them. When the Spurs play, actually, they're probably the only ones. Like I've seen some bigger channels cover the Spurs. Wemby's debut was covered. So the thing is, they're only going to stick with the Spurs on big games. Bigger YouTube channels are not going to care about the Spurs when they're playing a game like tonight, when they're playing a Heat with nobody on the Heat, or when the Spurs play one of the teams that, the Hornets or somebody like that. Probably not going to care. I care, and you care. We care. So we'll be around for those games. Mamba with the ball right now and drives, kicks it out to Barlow. Barlow going to wheel around to Sissoko. 6 on the shot clock. Said he back to Mamu. He's going to take a corner 3. It's good. Mamu's showing some range tonight. All they say is Wemby. Yeah, they don't care about the rest of the roster, Bacon. We know. The real Spurs fans, the content creators, have been here the last few years, so they're losing, like myself and like many others. There'd be a lot of people jumping on the Spurs. If the Spurs start becoming a winning team and a legit playoff contender and a legit finals contender and a legit championship contender, you're going to see a lot of people, even more people covering them. Man, it's so empty there in some spots covering the Spurs. And hey, fine, whatever. Everybody's entitled to do whatever they want with their respective channels or media outlets or whatever. But we know who the Spurs fans are and who the Spurs casuals are. That's not that that's a bad thing. Heck, people call me a casual. I'm like, okay, I don't know. Sure. I've been a fan for 33 years, devote numerous hours per week towards a team. Sure, I'm casual. Tough 3-point shot, no good by Peterson. It's going to be Spurs ball up by 11 with a little over a minute to go. We will hit 40,000 subscribers. Oh my gosh. I would love to hit 40,000 sometime next year. I don't know if just doing the Spurs will be enough. I know another YouTuber that I've worked with. A lot of you guys know Sir from the Six. I still know him as Sir Carl TV. He has 40,000 subscribers, but he streamed every night and sometimes 2 games a night. So I won't be streaming that much. Just depends on the Spurs following. But you know what? It doesn't matter whether we have 20,000, 30,000, 40,000, whatever it is. I am truly happy to be a part of a Spurs community. I live in Connecticut. I don't have anybody to talk to the Spurs about in depth. I mean, I have people I can casually talk to the Spurs about, but actually talking about the team on a deeper level, that's what I love about this channel. When I see the joy that the Spurs bring you guys at times, which fortunately hasn't been a ton of that over the last 4 years, or, you know, the despair of, you know, doing a live stream and, you know, Joshua Primo getting drafted and I'm yelling out who, and I just look at the chat and I say, who the hell is that? Who do we draft? I mean, just sharing those moments with you guys is just priceless. Sharing the night when Luka Samanic gave up on the play and we were all saying he's getting cut the next day. That was, you know, an incredible moment. Not in a good way, but something that was memorable. And then when the Spurs won the number 1 overall pick, just the way we all rejoiced about that, that was just an amazing night as well. And there's still a lot of good memories and some moments we'd like to forget with the Spurs over the last 4 years, but it's been a fun ride. We can't wait to see it continue over the future and beyond. Is that Wesley for 3? Blake Wesley launches a 3 and makes it. All right, Blake. I'd like to see he's going to start making those. That'll certainly help your chances of being Spurs are up by 16, by the way. And now turnover. Spurs have the ball. Are they just going to hold it? They should. They will. Nice win for the Spurs tonight. KBD. Yes, the legendary game for Keita Bates D-Up when he went up against the Lakers and missed like 1 shot and dropped 30-something points. You made me want to do my Spurs on my channel, but I always... There you go. Spurs are going to win 120-104. First win in the preseason. We'll get into the stats, and then I'll call it a night, but a good one for the Spurs. Yes, Q's legendary game. Quindary Witherspoon, who came in, was like 10 minutes, and my man fouled out in the 4th quarter. He played only in the 4th quarter, and he fouled out. I did see Justin Julian having a moment. That was pretty cool, Anor Fist. If you're taking off, please hit the thumbs up on the way out again. Would still help the channel. And let's get into some final stats for this game. The Quindary Witherspoon game where he fouled out, that is just, yeah, that was special. That was another level special. We're interviewing Wemby in the back. Hopefully he is okay. All right. Robinson with this for the Heat. Robinson 14. Kane scored 24 and had 10 boards in 27 minutes. Nice game for him. Highsmith with 6. Bryant with 4. Smith with 13. Off the bench for the Heat. Diallo with 4. Snyder with 11. Peterson with 2. Champagny with 5. Robinson 12. Yes, another Robinson. And Williams with 5. For San Antonio Spurs. Well, Papa deep on the bench. Jeremy Sohan with 10. Teddy Osmond with 10. Charles Bassey with 6. He also had 4 block shots. Victor Wembanyama with 23. I thought he had 4 blocks. They now show him with 3 blocks. He must have taken 1 away. He did have 4 turnovers, but he did have 23 points on 10 of 15 shooting. He was 9 of 10 from the field from 2-point land. Just a 3-pointer got him a little bit tonight. 1 of 5. Devin Vassell, fantastic night. 6 of 7 from beyond the arc. He finished with 21 points. Off the bench, Mamu with 6. He went 2 of 2 from beyond the arc. Champagny with 4. Champagny's been having kind of a meh preseason so far after tearing it up in Summer League. Barlow with a nice outing in limited time, 11 points. Graham with 5. Jones with Trey Jones with 8. Malachi Branham with 8. Blake Wesley with 8. And City Sissoko with a donut in 11 minutes. He did get 2 assists and a board. And a nice win for the Spurs. I'm happy with it. We'll take it. I will be live next week, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Wemby is getting a video. Unfortunately, I won't be able to do a Spurs video tomorrow. I'll be tied up. I'm checking out the New York Comic Con. But I do want to start doing more regular Spurs videos for you guys and, you know, to talk to you about the team. And I think we'll see that more as we get into the regular season and the season progresses. But this is a lot of fun. And, man, Wemby really put on a show tonight. He looked good, and I am so excited for this season. We're going to have a lot of fun, my friends. So thank you all for being here. Until next time, what you going to do when TSR Sports runs wild on you? Spurs go.